Ooh, what's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Live Show. Yeah. I am your host, Phil Marks, and I'm here. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. Phil's going to talk some S word. Try not to curse within the first 5 minutes here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't, guys. Thank you so much for 1,100 or 1,000, whatever we're at over on at Pro Wrestle Times. That's youtube.com/at Pro Wrestle Times. And thank you so much for almost 4,000. We're at like 3,900 on youtube.com/at Pro Wrestle Clips. But of course, you guys know that because you're on those channels checking this out. You can see we're already delved deep into Phil Marks bookmarks. Osprey and MJF making their entrances. MJF makes his entrance. Osprey comes out. I wanted to start early, guys. I couldn't. Just because I was doing damn things. I got tons of great shows and interviews. I got a wedding this weekend. No PLEs or pay-per-views. I don't think so. I will probably not be going live unless I might go live from a hotel room or something. And maybe there's a maybe on that. But yeah, Wednesdays and Saturdays, you guys, or whenever there's a PLE, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you guys already know. And tomorrow, podcast with Alfred Konuwa comes out. Fucking hilarious. Tons of laughs, great riffs back and forth, and good insight from his perspective as a Forbes writer and his analysis of AEW right now. And then we gush over SmackDown. So it's a last week's SmackDown review that'll come out tomorrow morning. And then my interview with Killer Kelly, TNA Impact, TNA Knockout, former WWE superstar, NXT UK superstar. Killer Kelly's on the show. And I talked to her, a fucking tremendous interview. And probably my favorite interview I've done to date. And she'll be on the show. She tells us a whole lot, man, and goes in on the dirt sheets. And yeah, it's awesome. That'll come out like Monday, hopefully Monday for you guys there when I get back in town. You know, I'm going to do like a recap, and then that interview will be on there. So PWT's blowing up, man. PWT's blowing up. So welcome if you're new here, and thank you to those of you who've been around since day one or just diehard. I appreciate you all. Let's see what some of the members are saying. Hello, chat. Hello, Brett. Okay, you're all chatting. That's good. That's what I like to see. I'm doing pretty. Oh, you guys are going back and forth. Here we go. What's up, PWT Universe TM? Ready for the grand party. I see Flutes in the chat. Let's fucking go. What's up, Andre? PWT. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys are hitting that like. What's up, Avril? We see you. Just keeps getting better and better and better. The most insightful show on the tubes. Yeah, for sure, man. And yeah, Killer Kelly. Like, if you guys, again, she's another one. Like, if you guys don't know, you better know. You know, if you guys don't know about MK Ultra, well, the good PWT listeners, y'all voted her one MK Ultra, the half of the tag team of the year last year, I believe. So yeah, make sure you guys are checking out what she's doing. And she reveals a lot. She talks about the dirt sheets and her almost costing her job. I'm not going to stooge it all. She talks about a horror movie she just filmed. She gives us a little insight on when or if she might be coming back, the prohibited portal, the forbidden doors with NXT TNA. She's been to both already. What's going on there? Is she eyeing that up? We'll find out on Monday, guys. And just a fucking just a charmer. She could charm the pants off a snake. Is that a saying? I don't know. But here we go. We have Ospreay like making fun of MJF. Now let's talk about this Dynamite, guys. They have last I saw, the attendance for this Dynamite was 2.3 thousand people. Tickets sold. That's what I saw. So I wouldn't be shocked if it was up to like 3K. The best way to watch Dynamite is when you're in Australia because it's 4 hours before it starts. But yeah, dude, we got Swerve Strickland Okada. I guess that's the main event. This is the mega main event that Andrew Zarian's like, oh, it's a pay-per-view level event. That's what he was talking about, was this match we're watching right now. And it's exactly what we thought. They're gonna hot shot book the show, right? Sorry, I'm just okay. A little stare down, and Osprey showing them up. RMXR, a new member. Thank you so much. Or joining the other channel. Remember, there's 2 channels you can join. 99 cents a piece. Don't worry, you get the same shit on either channel. God, we're swearing so early again. Sorry, YouTube. Love you guys. But yeah, you get the same thing on either one, and I do keep a list or whatever of certain things. It's so hard to keep track of because we're blowing up. So, guys, we're figuring this all out as we go, and I just appreciate you guys being. I'm 1 year deep, year and a half, I think now deep into this. So it's like, let's go. I appreciate you all so much, and a round of applause for being a member. But yeah, we get Jericho. I like that he's leaning into the like TV time with Jericho. Like he's getting his TV time in. I do like that. Alfred talks about it too, how, Jericho is leaning into this in a unique way that I do actually appreciate. Osprey with a sick dive. We have Mariah May speaks after drinking the blood. Okay, we're here for Mariah May. Monet takes on Nyla Rose. So I don't know. I'm just over. I'm over the Monet thing, and I'm just over it. I want to see her and Britt. They're okay. This is chill. Nyla just out of nowhere. She was in Ring of Honor. What are you doing with Nyla? Just bring her up to job, and it's just so weird. It's just weird. Will Ospreay MJF. We're watching it right now. So they hot shot book. Like that's the thing. They think that they're going to hot shot book this match at the start of the fucking show. Instead of like playing packages and telling a story like how NXT does, they'll tell you there's like a through line, and then at the main event, you get the main event, right? And they build up to it throughout the show typically, or like Raw, SmackDown, even TNA does these things, okay? This isn't like some foreign concept. And for some reason, like over and over and over again, repeatedly, Tony Khan thinks that like, we're going to get the Big Bang Theory people. We're going to just like start this match, and they're going to do moves, and they're all going to stay and watch. And like,
you fucking mark.
It just doesn't work that way, dude. You can't do it that way again and again and again and again and again. The definition of insanity is repeating the same actions and expecting different outcomes, right? Am I mistaken on that, chat? Fucking someone copy and paste the Google definition of insanity, okay? I believe it's like repeating the same actions and expecting a different outcome, right? That's what the fuck is happening. Like, why didn't you have packages, and then tonight you have promos, and you build up to what? Because like, even there's gotta be some people who would even just tune in like, okay, I'm gonna watch Osprey MJF even if the rest of the show's bullshit, or at least try it. But I think they know that won't work anymore, and they could have John Cena switch sides tomorrow, and it's not going to help AEW, man. It's just not, because there's no good faith left. That's the problem. Like, there's no good faith that they're going to do anything other than like, look at this crazy match that we're going to forget about, because by the time the main event hits, we're going to see like all these other super long matches that don't really amount to anything, dude. So I don't know. So far, this match has been great. I am enjoying it. Just before this, I watched Marufuji versus AJ Styles, and it was a tremendous match. Thank you, Matt Morgan, friend of the show, good buddy of mine. He texted me the link to that, and on YouTube, folks. So don't. And yeah, I need to watch Io Sky's match over there that I haven't caught up on yet, but Styles and Marufuji, again, great match. What does it do for Noah? No clue. I don't Noah. Yeah. I don't Noah because I don't watch it enough. But yeah, let's take a look at chats here. I do have a super chat. LC Killer 17, Tony books for the sickos. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is great. This is gonna be the greatest.
This is great.
The greatest Dynamite 250. Haha. 250 years of magical entertainment of the sports variety. Not sports entertainment, no. Real wrestling. But of the sports variety. It's like if you like sports, it's kind of like that. And it's entertaining. but it's not sports entertainment. I need a soda water.
This is great.
Thanks for the super chat, my friend. Yeah, definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. Yeah, MJF starting off with Osprey because he is battling for Nielsen ratings because that's what he cares about. See long-term story. Yeah, but the Nielsen don't matter according to these guys. Okay. Denisha says, Phil, it's so dark in the crowd. I'm guessing they're hiding empty seats. Yeah. Yep. It's absolutely that. They've taken turns diving. Will Ospreay's got a couple dives off. Yeah, it's that. The last I saw, they had like 2,300 tickets sold. Which again, I'm not knocking. Just put it in a smaller venue. Just put it in a gosh darn smaller venue. Same thing over and over again, normally attributed to Einstein, but there's no actual evidence he said it, I think. Yeah, dude, if you're one of those like X-Files dudes, there's people who say like Einstein was a psyop even. So who knows, right? Like we don't know. But yeah, that's crazy if that's yet another thing. Because there's a bunch of things like that where people are like, that's not actually attributed to Einstein. Or it's like, okay. So yeah. Either way, though, I'm just saying that's what I heard it as. $100 super chats only with big time Phil now. George. No, dude. We Simmons holds 18K. Yeah, so George, Captor, thank you for bringing that up. Because that's what I was just going to say there, is that someone tried to say, well, at least it's a smaller building, a smaller venue on Twitter, but someone corrected was like, no, it's 18K. So it's like, yeah, dude, we're seeing tumbleweeds over by the merch table, you know? No way. True, but it's a true no way. Yeah, no, we don't have to play that game. I don't even, who was that who came in? You know? Just came in and fucking made it a party. We got a table taken out at the side of the ring at a you know what I mean? Here, so what are they doing? Like, shouldn't it, guys, chat, yes or no? I'm gonna put this in the fucking chat. We're gonna do a poll. This will be more of an obscure chat. Here we go. Start a poll. Should table spots equal a DQ in a standard pro wrestling match? And I'm going to start that poll, yes or no. You guys tell me at Pro Wrestle Clips. So if you're on the Pro Wrestle Times channel watching as a member, consider just switching over to the Pro Wrestle Clips channel. And then, you know, the replay gets uploaded on the Pro Wrestle Times after for anyone who misses the show. But yeah, and don't ask why I do it. It's trust me, it's how we're building. We're blowing up here is the reason for it, guys. But should table spots be equal to, or no, should table spots be equal to, should table spots result in a DQ in a standard pro wrestling match? Start the poll, yes or no. You guys tell me, and I'm going to give myself a dummy for my bad grammar.
Dummy, yeah.
But at least I edit myself. No Dave Meltzer. Speaking of which, Eric went off on him. We're going to talk about that. Depends on if table is pre-set up like ECW. Well, just answer it in the, you guys go ahead in the chat. And yeah, I agree. If there's a table out there, let's see it. But yeah, now they're like alluding to Garcia. No one wants to see that. I don't care about Garcia being in an Osprey MJF feud or whatever, being involved in it. But yeah, they are working holds. There has been a couple dives. I need Osprey to sell a little better. MJF's talking. He's talking like Cena. Like MJF's just calling this whole thing every time they're sitting there. MJF's just calling shit. You can see he's talking them through the whole thing. So, and it's not a knock on Osprey. Like he can athletically do all the shit, but as far as the psychology behind it all and like the breaks where they're selling, like here, MJF hits a back body drop reversal, falls to his knees while Ospreay's selling the shit out of his shoulder. Okay, MJF just babbled for like 60 seconds before this happened, okay? On the mat in a fucking hold. So he's directing this match. Now, obviously the heel's going to call it, but it's just, this kid's just ahead of his time, He'll do it one day. He'll go to WWE one day and it'll be It'll be spectacular what him and Cody Rhodes do for sure. And here he's making it happen. This would have been such a good match to build up to for the fucking All In, dude. Oh my God, why is it tonight? If it was setting up a table, if it was the announcer table, then I would say it's a DQ. I think setting up a table too, though. You go under the ring, you set up a table, I slam you through it. That's a fucking DQ. No, if I go into the ring and get a thumbtacks or a bat or a chair, that's a DQ. If I hit you with it no, or yeah, I guess thumbtacks too. Let's talk about it. Thumbtacks in a regular match then, so you can just spread them out, slam someone on it, and it's no DQ. I don't believe that. I don't think that's. I think it still should be a DQ. I'm old school wrestling. This match is too long. I don't know if it's too long yet. Like this match in and of itself, you've got to believe it's going to have you got to give it the time. I'd give it through commercial break time on TV, but we're going to go no commercials. Yeah, the stadium show, should HLA. Yeah. HLA. Dude, no. HLA's never disqualified, bro. HLA goes over every time, George. Oh, buddy. I'm parched. Let me get a drink. So I'm really locked into this match, guys. We got bookmarks to dive into. You never know who might join the show. You know what? I should send some people the link. I didn't even send anyone the link. What's up, chat? Thanks, you guys, for all being here. 104 of you watching. You guys know what I'm going to ask you for. Chat wants the likes up to 69. I'm going to ask for 100, please. But yeah, let's start by 69. Let's get up to 69. We're at 34. We're halfway there. And then I'll chat you up. Oh, come on, Phil. Don't chat him up for 100. It's good enough at 69, Phil. So yeah, we're locked into this match. Then we're gonna get into some stuff, some headlines, yada da da. I got a pack. I'm heading out of town. Got some great interviews. If you guys are just tuning in, I got Alfred Konua on the podcast tomorrow morning. Fucking great show, man. Great show. And yeah, I'm going to be doing some stuff over there on Pro Wrestling Bits right away too. And then I got Killer Kelly, former WWE NXT Superstar TNA Knockout Killer Kelly, or is she? We'll find out about her contract stuff. She chatted me up on the podcast, and that'll drop next week, early next week. But it'll be like current too, because I'm going to like there'll be some stuff on there like reviews from over the weekend and stuff like that I'm going to attach to it. I'm bringing my gear, so I might pop on live extremely inebriated in Minecraft from a wedding or after on the weekend, guys. So if you enjoy the Saturday night shows, I enjoy them so much I might just have to, you know. But yeah, this match, like Osprey's selling his ass off. So I was a little critical. I was like, he needs to be selling more. And then right then they kicked it into like selling shoulder and leg mode. So I'm good with all of this. This is just a classic like flippy baby face versus like heel, quick thinking, dirty playing heel match. So this is A+ so far. Crowd's hot behind it too. If anyone in the chat disagrees, let me know. Yeah, expect a F finish. That fall looked so fake. Okay. A drunk Phil stream. Yeah. Tonight might be one too. What? Should put a lot of asses in seats. Osprey walks into a barbershop. Give me the C. He's confused about which knee to sell. Gio, break it down. Was he selling the right before? Or was MJF working over the right before? Or pardon me, the left. He's working I'm confused, right? This is a dummy cast tonight. Yeah, a bunch of dummies.
Yeah. Dummy, yeah.
A+, but should have been at Wembley. Yeah. You know, for that alone, it's an F. You're right, Alt Jake. How you doing, Alt Jake? Hope everything's good with you, man. Hope your kitty's good and everything. Denisha, you're asking me about Camille. We're going to get into that. Camille, baby. People are trying to say like all sorts of shit to me. No, she's actually working indie dates but no, that's That's after months of tweeting vague shit and liking tweets of people being like, Camille's been sitting on the couch for fucking 6 months. I covered it on the show already, guys. So Vinny, yeah, I don't even want to see what's next. This should have been the end of the show. I agree. This should have been the end of this Dynamite program. You know, they should have built up to this all night and not have packages of Excalibur talking in a trying to be mildly serious tone about how great these two competitors were in PWG. And when they met on the Seattle scene in 2014, you know, like I needed to be serious, like sports based. In the landscape of professional wrestling, there can only be one. Both men have Wembley tattoos. Both men gambled on themselves. I'm Ving Rhames. Who's rocking with me tonight, chat? I love you guys, man. This is good times. This is good times. And if you guys think like Killer Kelly and Matt Morgan coming on the show, that's just the tip, man. Just wait. Just wait, you know. I'm going to cool off, though. I'm not hotshot booking the show, right? I'm going to cool off. You're going to get some solo shows from Phil, maybe just some classic like me and Marv and some other me and Awful, you know, me and whoever. Like, you're going to get some classic, chill, just regular, some solo shows from your boy. And then, like, you know, we build up to it, right? We're long-term booking here on PWT. We're not just like, you know, it ain't going to just be hot shot booked after this year. Osprey selling his ass off, and I love it. Here we go. Are we going to a commercial break? Or is this a commercial break when okay, let's see. He's selling his arm off. They're working the arm and the leg. This is good shit, pal. I'm okay. 47 likes, but 61 votes. Jail for y'all. Shame on y'all, man. 61 votes, 47 likes. We got to get to at least 61 likes. Come on now, chat. Let's go. Matt Morgan, amazing guest. Yeah, so like guys, Matt Morgan is, I was talking with him. He called me the other day. We just like talk, like we're just buddies, you know? So it's like, and that's all him. Like he, for real, you know, I never would have thought it came out of left field. And I'm such truly, when I tell you, a fan of this dude and the whole Nathan, like when I interviewed him first time, I was marking out super hard, if you guys couldn't tell. And yeah, we're just like buds now. And he's just a regularly might just pop in. I told him that the other day on the phone. I was like, look, you're what, like anytime, dude, you're just a regular popping guy. And he's like, hey, that's cool with me, you know? And I was like, yeah, so just expect him, you know, he might just pop in, and he might pop in any day. He listens in all the time. So shout you out, Matt. Really, really good dude. And just a good guy, man, for real. And yeah, so just more working over body parts, working over limbs. MJF came out here and was like, no, we're going to show these haters and these doubters you don't sell. You're going to sell your ass off this match the whole fucking time. Look, another quote unquote rest hold. And everyone's going to say, all of the fucking people, all of the haters are going to be like, you know, like all of the sickos, rather, the sycophants, if you will be like, oh, they cooked, they had such a brilliant match, and they are. But why is that? It's because there's a lot of selling, there's storytelling, heel versus babyface trying to get his dives off, MJF clipping his wings, you know, taking his feet out from under him, slowing the match down for the faster, agile competitor. That's all psychology and storytelling and selling and rest holds and facials. That's the shit I tell y'all all the time, right? And now everyone's going to go, they cooked, 5-star classic. Dave's going to give it fucking 12 stars. And why? It's because of all of this shit they're doing. It's because of, you know, the stuff that I'm telling y'all makes good wrestling matches, that people with sense, I don't need to tell y'all, but I got to tell y'all. So it's in the universe, and we make these fools mad until they admit the truth, you know? That yeah, this is what makes good matches right here. Shoulder breaker goes right back to the arm. Now they're into the sequence, drops him on his shoulder neck, Kick out. Osprey's back to selling. Sell, sell, sell. Lay there. Milk it. Big move. Big false finish. Osprey, you can tell. Yeah, he's not used to selling this much. You can tell. You can tell. Let's go, though. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about big time. We need more and more of this. Crowds chanting, "This is awesome," at a fucking dude selling and a false finish after one big move, and they're laying there on the mat. Milk it. Let the crowd digest what they just saw. This is good. This is a tremendous wrestling match right here. So far, thus far, I'm super into this. Should have ended the show. Should have been on Wembley. So we'll dock it a bit for that. Like, it can't be 5 stars to me based on the build. It's a hot shot book match, which isn't like the worst thing, but the venue, like this should have been built up to. This should have been a long-term story that was told. Wembley could have gotten this great of a wrestling match. And again, all the sickos, the sickos, they are going to fucking say, these guys cooked. What a tremendous wrestling match. What a brilliant, 5 stars, possibly match of the year. That's what they're going to say. And why is that? Why is that? It's because of these elements. And they'll be right when they say that this time too, guys. But they'll be discredited because they cry wolf so many times about when they say Garcia and Bryan Danielson 5 stars, you know? Here we go. I think it's crazy. Ospreys can't sell and people love him. Tony Blue is loaded with this match. This is a Wembley. Exactly. Cinema. They're trying to. Does it bother anyone else that they can do this but never do? Yes, all Jake. That's the underlying problem that you have to like ignore in wrestling now to enjoy it these days. Like, even if you WWE less so, but I'm just telling you, Jake, it's like that's the thing in wrestling. That's like the modern suspending your disbelief. It's no longer like, oh, these are real guys who could fuck us up and I wouldn't want to mess with. It's like you have to like suspend the fact that like they know that they don't need to do all this, but they do, because of the state of wrestling now, like half this shit 50 years ago or 30 years ago wouldn't fly, but it is what it is. So yeah, 30 minutes into a match, a fight forever chant. Yeah, that's a whatever chant. I've participated in them in the past when I was younger as a mark, for sure. Fight forever. And I get where the sentiment comes from, but yeah, it's as you get older and more cynical, as Jim Cornette would point out, like that's defeats the purpose. Like the idea is you want to see the hero beat the villain and save the day, It's like, yeah, true. And yeah, so these guys are fighting because of Daniel Garcia, pretty much. Was that a little girl beating up MJF? That's awesome, dude. That's real heat. Dude, I like that. That's some fucking old school. That's some territory stuff right there, dude. He just let that little girl beat the shit out of him. She wailed on MJF there. That was pretty dope. Here we go, guys. See, like we're putting this over. I get pinpointed as an AEW hater so much, you guys too. It's getting so tiresome. But I just laugh about it. Yeah, why is the ref following them, though? Should be counting them out. But I get it. Like, oh, the ref's being really lenient here. Like, that's what Jim Ross would do. He'd paint the picture. And the referees being very lenient here, giving them stern warnings, but it is a championship match. And he doesn't want the belt to go by DQ. No one wants to see that. By God, get these men back in the ring. Okay, Osprey. It was cool once. Stop interacting with all the fans. Keep selling, get it back to the ring. Show that you don't want to get DQ'd and you want to defend your title. By God. Where's the count out? Yeah, no count outs. Yeah. Oh, man, I appreciate everyone for being here. Run those likes up, please. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Like, what are you waiting for? You love this channel. You do. And even if you hate it, you're watching. because it's better than all the other shit out there. So you're going to just subscribe anyways. Tap in with what I'm doing. Here we go. There's a guy with like face paint on. Shout that dude out, having a blast. There's still a table there. See, it just should have been there. Ooh. Like, why not have a timeskeeper area by there so if someone needs to go through a table? Just adds a sense of realism. It's not like, I don't know. They don't need to try and pretend they're so big. They can just like have the announce table be like a table with a blanket over it, like TNA, you know? TNA doing 4,000 for Slammiversary. Let's go. Yeah, I'll end the poll after this match. And if you voted in the poll, you're fucking obligated to hit like on the video. So go and hit that like button. And I'll end the poll after someone goes through a table. Okay? And I'm going to have to crack a beer in Minecraft. I want some of those Broken Skull IPAs, dude. I can't find them, but like I'm in Canada. If someone from chat can get them, you fucking email me, okay? I want some, okay? And I can't find them. I'll do a review on the Patreon or something. Or just on YouTube. Fuck it. Oh my God. There we go. A Long Island sunrise, they call it. Okay. You get one pile driver with me kick out. That's it. So I'm still okay. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay with one. You get one. If there's another fucking pile driver that someone kicks out of, or if they trade destroy, like if now next up Osprey hits a springboard destroyer on the apron, I'm fucking done. If that was it, like Osprey even rolled to the apron to not get covered. Smart. He knows there's no countouts now out of nowhere.
You what?
But so I'm okay with all that. But if I see MJF pile drive his ass through this table and that's not the finish, I'm fucking out. Then you got me tapped out and we're working with like a B- working down. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. No, don't get offended, man, with the Canadian Destroyers too, chat. Yeah, I'll try and show all these. There's a ton of you in here, guys. I'm going to try and show all the members. If you really need something to be heard, send in a snooper duper chat. And yeah, what count? Okay, yeah, we covered those ones, guys. Trying to keep an eye. And yeah, the Destroyers, bro. Scully Vibes, what up? We believe in Joe Hendry. Hope I'm praying he shows up. I'm gonna do it every show till he shows up, guys. But yeah, it's okay if you hate that move. You know, it's really. I mean, Petey Williams said it himself. Like he created it not to be a finish, not a transition, and I agree. And it's not some move I'm like, oh, you know, I more attribute like the sharpshooter, the single leg Boston Crab, even, you know, from Lance Storm. It's sort of a Canuck move. I don't know who invented it, but I attribute that to Canucks. Yes, we want Hendry, bro. We're gonna say his name on PWT. I believe in Joe Hendry every single week till he shows up, guys. Okay. Now that might be a seed. Who knows? It might not be though, but we're gonna believe. And they do say if you say his name, he appears. Now sometimes you got to say it more than once, but here we go. They're on the outside. MJF breaking the count there, but why? When there wasn't a fucking count before.
Fucking Mark!
And Bryce Remsburg is who I'm talking about there. You guys like the new addition to the soundboard? Massive leg slap, yeah. 5 more likes to 69. See, the ladies in the chat want 69 likes, fellas. So, like, get it up. What are you guys? Okay, he's splashing Doc Sampson. That's disrespectful. For a TV match going a little long, bro. what they should have did was ended the show with this if it was going to go this long. And then what you do is that you just have them go like an hour, and then you tell people that there's alternate matches in the wing. What you do is you say, like, we have this match here. Name two great guys like fucking Moxley and Roosh, or so. I know Greg would, Phil, but like for that, okay, like, you know, let's just say like two bigger name guys. You say, yo, we have this match as an alternate if this match ends early, but there is an hour-long time limit, so whatever. And then you don't have that alternate match this week, and then you just go, well, it's happening next week now. You know what I mean? Because this match went close to the time or whatever. Just build it, do something like that. You know what I mean? If Ospreay hits a Cody cutter, we're done. Yeah, we're done. Okay, shutting this off. We're not. Just kidding. Ospreay winks at the screen, hits a fucking Cody cutter. Winks at the camera, pardon me, hits a Cody cutter. Like, no, we're not doing that here, guys. Okay, I might. We're not. Yeah, despite Cody's interview, which we're going to talk about. Man. Okay, DDT. Yeah. That Cody cutter bummed me out, if you guys can't tell, chat. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm tweeting stuff out here. Just tweeting it out, the link out in that. Here we go. Big move. Kick out. Okay, we're getting close to where it's too many kickouts now. We're getting close to that point too. The Cody, the what do they call it? The Crossroads was kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of took me out of it a little bit, but it was not out of it, but it was just kind of like, okay, guys, you can't just leave it alone. But yeah, the match is still pretty solid. Come watch with us live. And let me tweet the link. It put Garcia out. Yeah, if there's... You guys, we're almost at the pile driver limit. We are almost at the pile driver limit. Styles Clash on the apron. Shouldn't even call them finishers anymore. Yeah, you're right. I agree. Audience they've captured have gotten bored by now. 38 minutes. Yeah, you're right. 38-minute match is too much. Here, sorry. I got DMs coming in. I think people want to come on the show. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are you guys into this so far? Like, I don't know. I'm one pile driver away from going, okay, they're getting into the too long territory. If you're going to go this long, though, save it for the main event. Like, sports entertain us throughout the show and then do this at the main event. I've harped on it enough. So you guys already know where I stand on this. Oh, I got a message from Alt Jake saying that he can get me some broken Scullies and that they'll be in Vegas for Mania. Okay. Well, just responding to some DMs here. Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna get you to send me some. and I will enjoy a bunch at Mania then. So now they're checking on him, and I don't like this in a wrestling match. Call the match off. If he's too hurt to continue, you call the match off, right?
This is great.
Hell yeah, what? Here, I'll give you a what? I'm all over the place here.
What?
There we go. Someone said, I guess a 2-hour match has never been done before. Sorry, a breeze by. Oh my god, that's so funny. You said that, Andre. 67 likes, guys. 122 of you watching. Please hit that like button. We got a bunch to cover here after this match. And I guess they're ending this in an injury angle. Just match should be called off. I hate when they do this in WWE or AEW. I hate when they do this. Oh. Would have been good to get heat on Osprey there if MJF just like jumped him and was stomping him right after he said it was, 69 likes. Woohoo, guys, like 120, 130 of you up and down, close to that number watching. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe. Yes, I'm going to beg you for 100, but it just helps me out so much. And you guys always come through. So I have faith. I have faith. Huh? And yeah, we got some stuff to cover, right? Because like Dose was talking all this shit about the 15th of July. And I'm not going to bury him, but I want him to come on. Hopefully he comes on even for 5 minutes, talks about, we didn't see shit. Nothing about no WBD deal. I'm going to get into that. We saw Tony Khan show up in a fucking WBD hat to do random interviews. So we're going to talk about all that. And yeah, I got a good handful of bookmarks to delve into. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to get the blue check too and get the folders. I'm just going to do it for the show. And I'm willing to embrace the hate I get and for being called a clout farmer and all of these sorts of things. And we're getting a kiss or a bite. That was a bite. Good. Thank goodness. Save the HLA for later. Save the HLA for Mina Shirakawa or my plane. Yeah. I've been battling COVID this week, and this show has been more painful so far. Oh my God. Oh my God. Get better, dude. Get better. Man, people got triggered over like me covering a tombstone. Okay, finish right here. If this ain't the finish, and it's not. Okay, matches. We're at the pile driver limit. This is a B- working its way down now. Yeah, we're at the yeah, that's 2 pile driver kickouts. Like, yeah, it's fuck, man. What's the story then? I don't know. Like, where do we go from here? His arms are shutting down. Let me drop him on his head again, and his arms aren't shut down. Come on, man. I'm just like you guys. I'm kind of speechless. For once, your boy Phil is like, come on, they had it right here, and they had to do another tombstone. Like, they had to do that. So what is he gonna punch him with the Dynamite diamond ring and get the pin? Like, come on, man. Come on. Come the fuck on. Stressful. Tony's booking, yeah, on display here. It's fucking, he's sitting there going, And now just Irish whips. He's doing the Bret Hart spot. Dave is jizzing his pants right now. Yeah. I mean, it's not even a bad match. It's just like another pile driver. You got to bury everything. Like, what's anyone going to do later in the show? Why isn't this the main event then? Or like build up to this for fucking 6 months, and then when he kicks out of 2 tombstones, I go, oh my God, bro, it's insane, you know? But even the crowd, they're flat now compared to earlier. It's just like, really? You know, this is what's happening. Sometimes a good match can turn bad real fast. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we're in the 4th quarter now. Did they announce no, they didn't announce a time. At least not if chat. If I'm wrong, check me on that. I love being proved wrong because it means I got something to learn. But I don't believe they did, man. That was a great spot. MJF goes, that's why I'm the smartest wrestler in the entire world. Then he gets hit with a dive from behind. That was yeah, here's the problem. Alt Jake just said it. Fuck. Yeah, I should have sent the invite out earlier. I'm an idiot, guys. I never send the invite out. I'm like, I should get Awful or Dose on here to talk about like what happens if this quarter hour is not good. Like if this match doesn't keep hold over 800K the whole time, that's like going to be bad, man. Oh, why is it bad? Who watches the ratings? Well, MJF. He said the Nielsen's are what he looks at because he's not a mark. So, I don't know, man. It's just like they work themselves into a shoot, basically. I just saw neckbeards on another channel literally saying they were getting emotional, bro. Emotional, yeah. Okay, like not our friend AEW neckbeards, but but neckbeards. The time limit 2 hours with optional overrun. Yeah, yeah. And Tony and I paid for overrun in case they need it on this match. The first time in history, overrun's been paid for. A super chat for $10. My word, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. The Snakes addiction says, with their ratings so low, they should appeal to MAGA. Oh my God, what the fuck? Tony can say he's receiving bad press from woke podcasters, accuse the WWE and their liberal allies trying to get them canceled. You know, that whole victim. Okay, a Styles clash off the top. Now, this should be a finish too, but Osprey's selling so he can't get the pin right away. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with this, but not after 2 pile drivers. Sorry, back to this incredible super chat. Thank you. Should appeal to the MAGA. So, like, by what? Like, just going out publicly and being like, well, we're getting canceled by woke podcasters. Yeah, but that wouldn't be true, right? Because the people who would fit that description, though, I don't even really, honest to God, know, like, what does that mean? I don't, like, fully get it, like, when it comes to wrestling. Like, what would, like, a woke podcast? I'm not sure, but I think those people fitting that description would be the ones putting AEW over all the time, no? But, like, maybe, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people doing that, and it's paying off, so maybe, but I just think like getting political is stupid for pro wrestling. Like you don't want to do that. I was saying that before too. People got triggered by my Donald Trump bit. Like, guys, did I not do that funnier? Like, bro, I talked about like he's a Hall of Famer. If it was like George Bush got clipped in the ear, I wouldn't even talk about it. You know what I mean? But it's Trump's a Hall of Famer, so it's not like I can ignore it because it's a Hall of Famer of WWE. So it's like I have to talk about it. Like if some shit happened to Kid Rock, I'd bring it up, or Snoop Dogg too. And I'd sacrifice the clips for it because I do my show the way I do. But I didn't get political at all. I made it to a joke where Jericho was the correspondent on the scene. Like, is that not funny? And then I like Rick rolled y'all with Jericho elbow to the outside on a table. It's finished. But yeah, I think political and any like entertainment's just not smart because then you lose people of the other political thing. And even if you are political, I don't think that should trigger people, but it triggers people. So even me talking about this right now probably triggered people. So thank you so much for the super chat. I hope that answered your question or fulfilled your statement. And yeah, I wouldn't like try and ally with like with anybody. I would just put on a good fucking show and not play victim. The key is don't play victim. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for that. We got other chats here. Shaggy Phil 73 for $5 says, Phil, it's a bad match. You're a fan and you were excited then sad during the course of the match, and it wasn't intentionally. It's bad. Yeah, I mean, it's gone on pretty long. They're picture in picture, an elbow drop through the table. We're gonna end the poll in the chat. You guys are saying it's a bad match. This is one that I feel like I'm gonna want to watch back, even though it's so long. And maybe my tune will change. So far, it's good, but yeah, I mean, guys, the two pile drivers. The fact it's like a count out spot now after there was no count out way earlier, after he drove him through a table, you think the referee, like kayfabe wise, would go, hey, he just drove him through a table, so I'm not going to count now, and I'm going to make sure he's not injured. Like, you think the doctors would come in right now, as opposed to like, oh, I'm not going to count when they're fucking fighting through the crowd just for no reason, when that would be the time to count them both out because they're both not listening to me. There's no psychology, and you're probably right objectively, right? Subjectively, I'm trying to mark, like, I do want Ospreay and MJF to be a great match. I pop for fucking Ospreay's music when it hits, you know, like all that. You're right. You're absolutely right. You know, and they probably should have ended it probably 15 minutes earlier. So thank you. Thank you for checking me, Shaggy Phil. Scully Vibes for $2 says Trump no sold a gunshot. Trump is all.
You what?
Yeah, dude. Trump got pegged and he's like, where's my shoes? No, but for real, dude. No sold it. Yeah, and we call that the AEW special, dog. And this has been a 50 fucking minute match so far. So I don't know. Drink another beer? What? Yeah, Scully Vibes. Thanks so much. And Scully Vibes, man, thanks for always holding me down on X and holding me down when these dirt sheet creeps try calling your boy Phil out, even when I'm giving them their due. You're the man. I appreciate you so much. And we believe in Joe Hendry, folks. You ain't hype for $5 says, in round of applause for all the super chatters here and everyone in the chat. 129 of you watching. Let's get those likes up to at least 100, and then I'll quit asking the whole night. I swear to God. But just shout you all out, man. I love you guys so much. I love doing this show so much. I want to do it more and more. My goal is to get to where I'm doing Monday Raw, Tuesday NXT, you know, Wednesday Dynamite, Thursday TNA, Friday SmackDown. Like, that's the goal. That's what I want to get to. So to do that, I need you guys to hit like. I need you guys to subscribe. Even if you're hate watching, I love you. Okay, you ain't hype. $5. The rest of the show is ruined. It's ruined. It's ruined. I'm sorry. It's ruined going forward. It is, dude. Nothing is going to follow this match on any level. This clearly should have been the main event. Exactly. And you ain't hype. In fact, they should have sports entertained the shit of us out of us with promos and all that. Tried to, at least, and all that other stuff before, even if it was bad. And then, yeah, give us this at the end. And just end it on time, too. Don't have a shitty overrun for this. Just end it on time, you know? And then you would have and then throughout the night, you build up, like, interactions between these two and tell more of the story. And then at the end of the show, maybe you get an increase in viewership. And that's a W for AEW. If AEW can start booking where, dude, this is how simple it is. Like, they put it in the WWE video game. How many of y'all in chat are playing 2K24? How many of y'all in chat playing 2K? Let me know. In 2K24, you play the GM mode, and they tell you in the GM mode, yo, you want to book the start strong and you want to book the end strong, and then you want to make sure you want to have everything strong, but the middle is where your kind of viewers are going to fluctuate. So you want to end with a bang and start with a bang. They tell you that in the video game, bro. Like, it's any team. What show starts out where they bore you to death to where, think about Family Guy. Family Guy is one of the most intelligently put together shows ever. I haven't watched it really in recent years, but especially the early years. What do they do in Family Guy? there's almost like a mini episode at the start of Family Guy of like, and even though it's random nonsense, it then sets up the random nonsense that's going to happen for the next 23 minutes or whatever. That's all you need to do. It's what NXT does. So even if AEW starts booking to where, okay, like ignore Big Bang. It's hard because the Big Bang is in the way, right? But it's like, okay, we have 800,000 to start the show. We get down to like 7,676, and then at the end we get back up to like 8,850. Even though it's no million people, that would be a W if they could keep doing that. And then there's no overrun, and they stop talking about the overrun and the lead-in. If they do those, if they stop talking about the overrun and the lead-in, and they start, and then we start looking and objectively the metrics say, like, even if the numbers are lower, okay, they're at 650 here, then they go 5-4, 5-4, and then at the end they're back up to 6 or 650. That's a W for them because at least they're like on the right track. It's not like just tomorrow they're going to start getting millions of viewers every single week and the whole game's going to change. That's not how it's going to go down, guys. It's going to be a slow thing if they ever get it together. So I'm looking for things like that, and it's not happening that way. Here's their opportunity to do things that way. And they didn't. I hope that answered I hope you were fulfilled. You ain't hype. Appreciate you so much. Play my GM consistently. Guys, so I need WWE. If you guys aren't getting the fucking Discord, and I need some WWE 2Kers to draft against me for my universe mode. So obviously that shit's not online like NBA. Dude, if you play NBA 2K, you can like upload a franchise to online, and then other people can come in and play as different teams or on your team or whatever, and you can play like a whole GM mode. I don't know how universe mode WWE hasn't figured that the fuck out, where like I can set up a whole universe with my created wrestlers and my factions and my all of that, upload it, and then I can play 2-player with people online. That's our agenda. If you guys are video game players like myself, and I've been trying to game more because I'm getting a lot of 2K content ready for you guys too. If you're like me, dude, they need to figure that out already. And we'll have the PWT universe in tow, okay? And we'll have the Monday Night Wars. But yeah, I need people to draft against me logically. And I have a whole roster of wrestlers. I'm setting it up, and I'm going to get some of y'all to fantasy mark draft against me. And then I'll put the results on YouTube and shit. You guys know what I'm saying? I got another super chat here. Jamie Earhart, sorry to, it was a minute ago. Okay. What's worse, the AEW game or television product? Great question. Oh my God, that was a good hook kick. I'll say this. The game I never really played enough to even criticize it as much as others, but from what I've seen, it's complete trash. And from when I see their DLC drop, like, oh, we have tournament mode now. Here we have an arcade mode where you can blow shit up and do battle royale and you can bleed everywhere, but we don't have a basic tournament mode. And there can't be more than 4 wrestlers in the ring. It's like, and here's Samoa Joe fucking 8 months after the game already came out and you got to buy it for $20. That's all just bad. So I'd say equally bad. It's all equally as bad. That's what that's what I'll say. But yeah, guys, if you guys are gaming, let's game. We're going to game. We're going to play some 2K together. I like using Pretty Deadlies, even though they're rated low. But I'm such a mark, dude. I redo the ratings for every game, too. I buy the Supercharger. We're basically watching a video game, by the way. We're seeing Poison Rana's roll up, 1-1. Bryce Remsburg's over dramatically acting. We're seeing fucking spot, move, kick out, Spanish fly, you know, kick out. It's like, whatever. Now we're just in the AEW matrix of fucking doing too much. But speaking of video games, so yeah, we're going to game out. I redo the ratings though every year. Like I rebuild them to like kind of how I see them and stuff like that. Which sounds super markish, but it is what it is, man. And it actually doesn't take too long. You just set up a universe quickly, and as you're like kind of dictating, okay, this guy will be on this show, this guy will do this, you know, you just quickly zap the ratings like, nah, this person should be rated. Logan Paul's rated 90. I think maybe Kevin Owens should be a little higher than Logan Paul, even, you know, I just kind of do that. Trading shots, my name is the same there. Here, I'm going to try and show your guys' member chats. Here's a ton of you guys watching. 127. Let's hit that like, please. Let's get to 100. I need to be, and me too, guys. And let's do it. And who wants to mod the Discord as well? I need mods for the Discord. And yeah, so message me if you're interested in that and you're someone I know I can trust. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, the Discord's awesome for just getting to know each other, especially. And yeah, just even if, you know, nothing's crazy. We're going to get another pile driver off the top rope. Oh my God, dude. Okay, let's see this. Oh, a cutter off the top. Another kick out. Sorry, guys. I'm chewing a chicken wrap my gorgeous girlfriend just brought me. Delicious. The Snake's Addiction for $5. You fucked up, buddy. Tell me what your super chat was in the chat, and I'll show it, and I'll respond to it. And thank you so much for $5, and I'll give you an air horn. Yeah, 30 more likes, guys. And chat, can you please find out what the Snake's Addiction was trying to ask me, please? Here, let's see. Bon appetit. Thank you. Yeah. She brought me a wrap and some soup. Always trying to make sure I eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Snakes. I muted the word Fightful completely on X. Talk about actual game changer. That's crazy. Yeah, Snake's Addiction. Let us know in the chat what your question was, or if you were even trying to ask one, and I will respond the shit out of it. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, we're just seeing kick out, kick out. I hope somebody fucking loses already. This has gone over an hour. So he won't drop him on his head. What kind of soup? Cheddar broccoli, which is the best kind in the world. And I have a nice healthy chicken wrap here with some cucumbers and some spice. I'm a spicy fella. It's going to go to a draw. What's the time limit, though, guys? Chat, what's the time limit? Do I go to indie wrestling? Yep. I went to a show the other day with 2 seconds left. Okay. MJF wins the international title. Is that what just happened? Yeah, cheddar broccoli is the GOAT. Without question. Okay, the winner. MJF.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
So it was an hour-long time limit. I didn't know. Were they making that a big deal leading up? Because I didn't hear or see any big deal of, you know what I mean, being made of this time limit, but maybe they did that intentionally, but then he pinned him at the time limit. So MJF, the new international champ, I think it's smart to give him a belt, but I don't know. Osprey's booking's just been all over the place, and I don't know. They did the damn thing. Chat, what do you guys think? Let's look at let's end this poll first and foremost. We're gonna end this poll. 77% of you think yes, it should be a disqualification. Now I'm gonna start another thing in the for you guys, a Q&A. What do you grade? Okay. Oh no, we're not trying to do that. We're gonna another poll here. A, B, C or D? Okay, let me know in the chat. Vote on that poll. What would you guys rate it, an A, B, C, or D? And if you'd voted an F, then I don't know. Just say it in the chat, I guess. I don't think it was a complete fail. They're bringing a dude out on like oxygen. They got dudes out on oxygen and shit. The Snake's Addiction. Yeah, did we find out your question, buddy? Don't let me forget. Unless you were just dropping a $5 to be like, yeah, I'm that dude. Because in that case, thank you. Yeah, you're just like gone now. Appreciate you. F. Okay, we got one F. Headingite. Should you smoke a bowl or a blunt in Minecraft? I'm a dude. I like either, you know, when I'm out and about, if I'm outside and enjoying the sun or whatever, you know, I'm a bleezy. If you what do I do here while on the show? I got my little bowl and I just kind of pack a little one tutor and in Minecraft and I let her rip, you know what I mean? So do what yeah, it's like I feel worn out. Like that was the show, right? You know what I mean? Like that's the end of the fucking, and then you have a guy standing here going, I'm the best wrestler alive, even though we just saw two guys go to like an hour-long fucking Broadway. So as far as I'm concerned, Dynamite's over. We'll keep an eye on it as the show goes along. But let's jump more into Phil Mark's bookmarks as I turn my TV down. And I myself indulge in a little bowler bleezy in Minecraft. So chat, make sure you run those likes up. We're going to get into some headlines here, some stories as we do. But I want to know too, what do you guys think this will pop for a rating? Like, do you think they keep 800,000 folks through that whole match? Do you think that was too much? That one was really for the sickos, I would say. Yeah, if that was like a WrestleMania match and they built to it, that would be like an all-time classic, maybe. I don't think, pardon me, they would book the excuse me, as much pile drivers, etc. And we have Swerve, the world champ, interacting with Max Caster now on Dynamite. How the fuck is that what you're doing with your world champion? And like, what's going to come in this show now? Mercedes Moné? Who's looking forward to that? Toast, Phil. Yeah, thank you. Let me do my damn thing here for a minute. And then, yeah, we got Brian, like not a package for Brian, not a promo. We just went into that crazy match. $130 of you in here. Get those likes up. We're going right into Phil Mark's bookmarks here right away. I'm milking it, though. I'm letting that poll run. Make sure you vote in the poll. Letting that poll run deep. Pause. We're almost there. 27 more likes. Champion versus champion tonight, too. No hype on it. Who cares? We just saw an hour-long title match. So who cares about fucking Strickland versus Okada? Y'all know what I mean? Here we go. That was not a good WrestleMania match. So even if it happened at Mania and they built up to it for like 4 months, it wouldn't have been a good match. You don't think? Maybe you're right and I'm wrong. That's why I like you fools. Damn, yeah, it looks like no one wants to hang out with me tonight. It's a shame, but not really. Because you're all hanging out with me. It's a party. No, I'm trying to get, I really want Awful in here. You guys know that I love getting his, because he's just getting, because I'm so optimistic about the match and chat's checking me, but I do like Awful to come in and be as cynical as possible, you know, because the truth always lies in the middle. But either way, whatever he's up to tonight, God bless him. And yeah, we're going to dive into Phil Mark's bookmarks here. And just a minute, Jericho's making his walkout. He's in the ring now. And we're going to get some learning tree stuff. Alfred puts it over, so I told him I'd really give it a better shot here. So sorry, guys. I'm trying to focus in on this. Then we'll get into the bookmarks. Make sure you run the likes up while we do it. I'm going to give this a shot here. Where's Hairline and Ant Evans? Hairline guys, yeah, that's a whole thing. I'll get into that maybe on like a member show. I mean, obviously he's not here all the time, and that's its own thing. I mean, we can only what do you guys want me to say? You know, like I don't want people to heel turn on him or anything, but it's just, you know, people like whatever. It is what it is. And then Ant Evans, that's my guy, and he can come on anytime he wants to as well, but he's like busy as shit, and he's like, you know, does shit with Bischoff and stuff. So I'm just trying to space it out. Like he has so much experience in TNA and UFC. He's like a gold mine of stories about people. And like, I don't want a hotshot book. You know what I mean? So it's all just a matter of just trust me. You know, I ease everyone into these things. You see people return after they come on. People never just come on and leave forever. You know, there's always a return. There's always a, no, there's no heel turn. It was just like, you know, he turned heel on me a little bit, sort of, but that's a whole just, I'm not going to like dive into it and everything. And it's not like we're friends and that's my friend. So it's just better. You know what I mean? He's just not here, and that's how it's got to be. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I'll divulge it another time soon. You know what I mean? It's not some big, clearly there's no public fucking execution or anything. It's not some big thing. That's my friend, you know. I just don't want like commenters and stuff. Like people might just turn on the dude, and I don't ever want that. You know, that's why I've never just been like, this is what happened and here's why. It's just me for the most part. And it's been mostly me for the majority of PWT. So it's not like that's a huge, you know, and if he wants to come on tomorrow, fucking doors open. He can come right on, and he knows that. So it's just, you know, people with different journeys in life. That's all it is. So but yeah, we're watching this Jericho thing. We had Matt Morgan on the show, and he was like, dude, I worked both these guys. Poor Samoa Joe. And now we have Minoru Suzuki coming out, who's teamed with Jericho a bunch, but now we're to believe he's going to come out and beef Jericho out. You know what I mean? Which, like, I love Suzuki, but he's definitely older. You know, he's got to train the next generation. I love seeing Suzuki whenever he comes out. I'm a New Japan mark, especially that old school Bushido pride. Fucking, he's had real fights. You know, he's a ledge. So I'm down. Here's the thing. I think typically he's teamed with Jericho. No, I think maybe they had a match, but hasn't he like used them as like a menacing New Japan guy? So now he's going to be against Jericho, which is inconsistent for AEW storytelling, at least as far as my recollection is, being in the uber film marks that I am. But, you know, weren't they feuding with Shibata and stuff? I'm just sitting here a little confused, and I'm trying to give Alfred the benefit of the doubt, but I haven't been into any of this learning tree stuff. So here, I'm going to answer questions. We're going to go into film marks, bookmarks. Paul Trianto. So now he's dropped the belt. Assume Ospreay beats Strickland. Way to telegraph it. By the way, great show about Power Slap and how TNA used YouTube. Yeah. So if any of you guys are unfamiliar, like Ant Evans is, you know, he helped TNA. Like he did their whole YouTube, bro. Like the way they re-garnered, man, there was like wrestling pundit, like Twitter influencer type people, if you'll call them that, users with lots of followers who tweet about wrestling, who were saying like, yo, on Thursdays, we whip on old TNA. And they made a huge social media impact. And I always said that, like, my theory was the reason they switched back to TNA was because of the YouTube algorithm. And I know this firsthand. This is for real. If you do use like hashtag TNA, even when it was still called Impact, TNA was more popular than like using hashtag Impact or Impact Wrestling or whatever, like for the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? That's a truth on my end. I can tell you guys that for sure. Now, I brought that up to Ant Evans, I believe, because I've interviewed him twice now. I talked to him on Toonie Talk, and I was asking him a bunch of shit on there as well. But Ant, I think he disagreed with, maybe it wasn't him, maybe it was someone else, but I think that was sort of shot down by someone like, nah, I don't think the YouTube is why they went ahead. And he would know because he knows the real reason. He was like Scott D'Amore's right-hand man. He was like Dana White's, like, you guys can go and see UFC press conferences where it's Ant Evans and not Dana White, like when he's not there, you know? So like, that's him. He was that level, like making the fighters square off and telling the city about the business. So he's a wealth of knowledge. And literally I had him on the show. I had missed him one time when I was supposed to get him on. Then he missed me the next time. And then randomly we're both like, okay, this day. And then he had like 40 minutes and then he had to do Bischoff's show. So he's like, I got a jet, bro. It was like a 35-minute conversation. He's coming back on. Don't worry. And he's just the stories, man. So that will be awesome. And then, yeah, he dropped the belt. They're just telegraphing it, right? Osprey's going to beat Strickland at, or no, wait, because this is my theory, right? I'm going to X-Files it. Strickland's going to defend because they want to prove everyone wrong about like, oh, yeah, he's just a transitional champion and Strickland's going to drop out at Wembley. They want to prove everyone wrong, and so they're going to have him defend against Danielson, or they give us a big Yeselmania moment, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm just confused with it all. But I'll tell you this. Swerve defends, and then he drops to Osprey eventually, or we get like the Osprey MJF rematch at Wembley for that international belt, or it's like a 3-way with Garcia, whatever. But it's so close that I just feel like no stories are strong enough. Like even right now, Mercedes Moné's on screen with the Young Bucks and Okada, and they just started this last week. So this build is really how many weeks until Wembley? You're doing this Britt Baker Moné match that I feel like, again, not everything's got to be a year build, but everything feels so rushed with AEW. That's a criticism even I, as an early fan, was giving it. You know, things feel rushed. Whereas early AEW, things felt paced out. Like they'd come out and be like, we're doing the weigh-in next week, and then they'd do it next week, and then the week after was like one, like Cody had a match, and then it was the pay-per-view or whatever. They, you know, like but more spaced out even. Now it's just, I just feel like they lost the plot. I don't know. This doesn't feel like a monumental event, although like they will be able to look back and go, AEW 250 had this crazy Osprey match. Thank you so much for the super chat. Andre Adams for $4.99 says the Elite built like pig spenders at an all-male review. Big spenders at an all-male review. Andre, I don't know how much of the chat knows what that is. Dude, when people tweet things out, Andre, like define aura, and it's like you have these pictures. The opposite of that is the Bucks and Okada standing next to them. Now, Okada has aura when he makes his entrance. I still feel like there's just some about him. He's like he's just got that aura about him, you know, but that is fading, I feel like, with this show. And I never thought that would happen. I like that they did something new with his character. You guys already know that, but man, I do like that they're putting Monet with the Bucks, like get all that greasy heat on these guys, you know, like the CEOs, the EVPs, they're doing something with that, but it's just people that, like, no one wants to watch the Bucks, unfortunately. That's the problem. And it's not me saying that. I'm an old school Bucks fan, but now even I'm not really into them. And they kind of have go away with me as well. Like, it's just not enjoyable heat. It's like, God, I forgot you guys were here until you popped up, and I don't like what you're doing. And everyone has a belt. So Mercedes had 2 belts. The EVPs both have a belt, and then Okada's got a belt. And it's just like, too much belts, bruv. Chat, who knows about all-male reviews? Swerve loses at Wembley. Osprey beats Danielson. Yeah, you're right. In the where like he has, I'm gonna drop him on his neck, bruv. You're right. That's the story, because Cody was there. Yeah, the only thing they're killing the business. That was their saying. Cinema Osprey should lose that one. Okay. I don't like them at all. Don't forget Perry has a belt. Yeah. Oh, Cody. Yeah, that's Cornette. Hey, everyone drops that. Oh, Cody. That's a funny one. Okay, we're at commercial break. What's the like set? Let's get into Phil Marks here. I think we've waited long enough, right? Let's talk about some headlines. 78 likes. Come on, y'all. There's like 136, 140 watching. Let's get that, run that up to 100 likes. And then we're going to dive into the bookmarks here. Here's a little preview of what's to come, I guess. I'll hit X on that one. Oh, yeah, this this meme. I'm going to save that for the intro of the show. So here is a tweet from @YassineWarrior. These wrestlers that absolutely cook the shit. No, we'll save that. It's got Meltzer's name on it. So we're going to Matthew Gregg from Botchamania, right? Chad, do you all like Botchamania? Shout out Matthew Gregg. So at Matthew Gregg from Mania says AEW, Jay White is injured and we can't allow Juice Robinson to defend in his place, so we're stripping the Bang Bang Gang of their AEW trios titles. Also AEW, yeah, sure, Samoa Joe can defend the ROH tag titles on Adam Cole's behalf. Fucking bullshit. Wave. And yeah, man, they stripped the trios champs, I guess, and it was just some bullshit on Collision that I haven't been into Collision, man. That was my favorite show. If you guys listen to PWT Pod back in the Dizzy, when Collision, it's not that long ago, we're not that old, but when Collision came out, dude, that was my fucking show, man. And it's just not anymore in any way whatsoever. And it's unfortunate. And yeah, they stripped them of the titles, and then AEW expects us to believe that, pardon me, that I don't know, it's just stupid. They're like, you can't not defend the titles, but then fucking look, they stripped the titles. Y'all remember this shit. It just happened. MJF and Joe got stripped. The biggest show of the year had MJF doing double duty, and it was ridiculous. We have Mercedes Moné versus Nyla Rose up next. I'm getting Meltzer said what, sending me shit live. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Super chat here, 1KQ. I wish AEW was more like TNA when it comes to YouTube content or just in general. Yeah, see, I lost the plot. I was getting distracted. Yeah, so Ant Evans, man, he destroyed Anthem execs, but he helped define, is what I'm trying to say, but I'm Meltzering it up. Because I'm reading Nyla Rose on the screen here, making her entrance. She's about to do a job. But yeah, Ant Evans like defined their fucking YouTube game, which I think defined them turning into TNA. He refuted that and was like, nah. And he would know, but I still threw it out there to him. And I still maintain that's a bit of it. And he has a big part to do with that. He helped design UFC's Hall of Fame structure, which WWE is going to copy in the future. Mark my goddamn words, where they induct fights. And right? Like, so WWE will just induct like this match. Flair versus fucking Michaels will get inducted into the Hall of Fame as a match, you know, and then that way you can have fucking Flair and Michaels come out there and do a little whatever, right? Like that's a way to honor people who maybe weren't like a Hall of Fame career, but they maybe had a defining moment, you know? That's yeah, so they're gonna take that from the UFC, trust me. And Ant Evans came up with that shit. So wealth of knowledge. And yeah, I wish AEW, that's what Ant talks about on the show. He's like, look, they could do, well, that's what he told me on the show, that AEW would do, like, here's the top 10 moments of the week. And the AEW wrestlers would get mad at his friend who did the YouTube for AEW. And they would get mad at the guy and go, oh, I should be number 1 this week. Why wasn't what I did number 2? You had me at number 4. I should be number 1. So the YouTube guy was like, hey, I don't even want to do shit like that. And Ant, go check out my interview, PWT Podcast episode 69. It's over youtube.com/@prowrestletimes. And then Chris Connor, who's also has tons of MMA insiders. We did like a hybrid show. We talk about Bloodsport and all of that stuff, GCW, what they're doing. And Chris Connor has, like, if you guys are unfamiliar with the Last Call podcast, he talks to UFC fighters all the time. You know, he talks to, you know, he's got insiders who are, you know, good and accurate and all of that sort of stuff. And yeah, we talk about the hybrid crossover pro wrestling MMA mixture. Sorry, to finish your, they're so quick to take down videos featuring their content. Right. And do you know what? Tony Khan said he wasn't going to do that. And that's exactly what he's doing, dude. That's the funniest part. Thank you so much for that super chat. Round of applause. And Jimmy B for $2 says, Botchamania is cool, but Promo Joe is where it's at. I'm not as familiar. Someone, what's good promo Joe content? Let me know. I probably know it, and I'm just completely Meltzering out right now because I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jimmy B. Good checking in. The Snake's Addiction here. When I watch the Bucks wrestle, I feel like Ben Shapiro watching a drag show. And also, I like Ben. I don't think they can sexually satisfy their wives. Who, Ben, too? This guy came in with
You
heat.
what?
Whoa, the Snake's Addiction. You came in with heat. Ben Shapiro catching strays. Pretty funny. So that's fair enough. I don't know how to respond to that. Yeah, the Bucks, they were really good. What it was like, and I've explained it before, but when you're on the indies and you just show up and do spot shows, or like you just see their matches, like, hey, because you don't watch what they're doing at all these indies, but then like, oh, they're on this New Japan show and you tune in. The Bucks were awesome. Like, it was like, holy shit, look at what these guys are doing. But when it's a week to week thing, it's not good. And then when you see them trying to cut promos and tell stories and do gimmicks, it's not good. Right. And just like objectively, they're not really week to week that good on TV. And so, yeah, AEW just hotshot booked themselves. That's what it was. As far as Ben Shapiro, I mean, I don't know. Shout him out, I guess. I don't watch Ben Shapiro. I just seen like when people made that video of him rapping, I watched that with that one guy. And they did like a song. And he like rapped really cringe. Like, obviously everyone saw that. It went so viral. And yeah, I've seen like him with his, like, someone did a compilation of him doing the Nicki Minaj song, and I've seen some of his clips owning the libs and these sorts of things. But this isn't Politicast. I don't really give a shit. But thank you so much. I liked Young Bucks when they were like the henchmen for single. Exactly. When they're like Kenny's gooners. Gooners, they're not even that. When they were like Kenny's little shits that bumped around for him, took heat, for like, yeah, they're great. The best thing, they almost had it again there when they had like the Undisputed Elite get together, because that's where it's like, hey, it's not too played out to have the whole Undisputed Kingdom come from WWE, because they weren't doing it to death yet. Like the Brian Cole debut is like really good fucking for AEW. Like, that was a great moment, like, in wrestling, and the double debut, but it was like, you can only do that once. You can't do that consistently. And then we've just seen they just hotshot book, like, that's their mantra going forward. After that moment, it was like, to me, that felt like the end of like the chapter 1 of AEW was like that double. And it was like, hey, what's Kenny and this new mega elite gonna do? And they had it there with this big like faction, NWO like faction of like Kenny and the Bucks and the Undisputed Era come in, and they're all there like, oh shit, everyone's kind of fucked, and then you eventually have the Bucks and the Undisputed turn on each other. Then you have that match and everything. Like, no, then they just, Bobby Fish is crying about doing jobs for Punk, and fucking you got people being like, no, Tony Khan's a mark. And then you got people getting injured so badly they may never compete. Like, we're just seeing Kyle O'Reilly get back, and fucking Adam Cole was gone forever and he's still not ready. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, the fumbled opportunities. And people get triggered. They're like, oh, Tony Khan didn't fumble Stephanie Vacquer. Yeah, he did, because that's what it's chalked up to, because he wanted her badly. And if you fumble a bunch, and we know you wanted her badly, and then you fucking don't get her, even though her dream's WWE, yeah, if you weren't like a guy who fumbled all the time, I'd go, that's not a fumble. But because you fumble all the time, you don't get the benefit of the doubt, right? Guys, like, we explain this. This is just common sense here. We're speaking on PWT. You know what I'm saying? Are we getting carrots and fruit and horses in the chat? Y'all, relax, okay? Is there a horseshoe emoji? The trick is, Scully, you type it in and then it'll pop up. And if it does, y'all, hey now, that's chat. I need a horse sound effect. is what I need. Bring on the Politicast. No, never happening. That's never a thing that will ever happen. People got so mad at me for the Trump thing. It's like, dude, we're not getting. All we're doing is like reacting to and making light of one of the scariest, craziest things. That's fucking crazy what happened. And he's a WWE Hall of Famer. So I'm like, oh, everyone's like, oh, he did the blade job under the table and he no-sold it. Like, we're just trying to be funny. And then we end it with Jericho. That's the whole bit, right? So it's like, if it was Obama, I wouldn't even react to it on the show. I wouldn't even say anything, So yeah, we gotta chill, but yeah, thank y'all. I know y'all understand what's going on. We got the what is this here too? Galloping steeds in the you guys are horseshoes of mag. Oh, you guys. Oh my god. He figured it out. The magnets. Oh my god, dude. She is okay. We're watching Aubrey. She's like reacting to shit. You know what I mean? She's wobbling around when people get punched and shit. Oh yeah. She's got a CEO glove instead of a DMD glove. I took it and it's mine now. I was over here and now I was over there and now I'm over here now. I'm Mercedes Monclay. Oh my god. Aubrey Ed's like, stop. Aubrey Ed, I can't call her that. Salute to fake hair and animated raw. Salute to fake hair and animated referees, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. What are weaves made out of, guys? Human hair or horse hair? Am I not mistaken on that? All I'm saying, lucrative business. Lucrative. We know. Oh my god. Stable in AEW means a whole different thing. Oh my god, we're fucked up, guys. We are fucked up. Britt Baker in a Sting mask. Why would the staff hold on, man? See, this is how fucking stupid AEW is, man.
Yeah.
You have your champion who just competed in a mask running around the ring, running away from Britt Baker, who is dressed like Sting, and for all you could know, could be a fucking intruder in the building, a fan trying to stab or attack, and Britt Baker, and then they all run towards Monet first and grab her instead of running and taking out that fucking random person that, if you're a security, you don't even know it's Britt Baker. Like, it's just, what is even going on here? Yeah, I have no idea, Plinian. What are you doing, bro? It's good to see you here tonight. Thanks for the $2. I have no, yeah, I love all y'all. We're the real fucking sickos, dude. Yeah, Plinian. Dude, no idea. We just got tons of Aubrey and horses in the chat, and I'm okay with whatever's happening. That's insane. Okay, so moving along, we got lots going on here. TNA Slammiversary will have one of their biggest crowds in years on 7/20. Slammiversary sold out 4,000 fans in Montreal after, wasn't it in that area in Montreal or Quebec or what? They were in Quebec City. Like, fuck out of here. They're trying to make a big distinction. And Meltzer was like, well, it's just not that hot for wrestling. And when AEW went there and then WWE went there, huge turnout. TNA goes there, fucking sold out. Let's fucking go, man. Shout out TNA. It's getting hot and hot. I really want to fucking review that show. I want to like watch along that and promote it with you guys more, because I watch it every week and I love it. I love it so much, but I don't do the whole reviews of it because we got so much to cover. Even though they're blowing up with NXT crossovers and all that, I'm going to make a point to do it. We're going to have like a TNA NXT. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's coming. It's coming. One sec. So moving along here. Shout them out. This guy at Nolan Thunder. I did a pod with him over with Marv on Toonie Talk, and this guy said it's finally here. He did this documentary. I want to EFAP it with you guys, so keep this out of mind for now. And yeah, they did some Super Smash Bros. Brawl like wrestling match thing, and I want to EFAP it with you guys. So shout him out, and I'm going to keep that in the bookmarks for later. And there's a Meltzer one for later. Okay, here is David Portnoy. This is via Meltzer Said What, who's been sending me things live as we broadcast. PCO, yeah, and he's Canadian too, bro. I talked about him with Ant Evans as well. But here we go. A little stone cold as I crack another beer, as my beautiful girlfriend brings me another beer, topping me off. Here's Stone Cold Steve Austin, kid. And he's with Dave Portnoy to review some pizza. Son. What? So here we go. Let's watch this.
Outstanding. You've got a ways to go.
I'm so mad that I dropped it because I did the double catch, which was all the pressure, and then just dropped it. Stone Cold Steve Austin, if you didn't know, special guest.
Pretty damn hot.
Yeah, I know. I told you. I gave that warning. You went right in. 0 through 10.
That's a good pizza.
Do you guys ever do these? Sometimes I'll do them, you know? I'll just be like, I kind of... for $10. Wow, thank you so much. Air horns. Am I freezing? Jeepers. Yeah, this keeps StreamYard's been acting not good lately. I just gave you guys a flute, didn't even mean to. But yeah, the Bucks look like... Tried to give you guys an air horn. Wasn't even a Dave's... I want to see flutes in the chat for that. Come on. StreamYard's been acting crazy the last few times I've been using it, man. I don't know what it is. Chat, if you can't hear me all of a sudden, let me know if you can hear me good and all of that, but I think I'm all good. Anyways, yeah, Dave's a treasure. He is. Dave Portnoy's great. That happened a long time ago. Okay, sorry if I didn't see it until now. Joe Hendry wins the belt. I hope so. Yeah, we got flutes in the chat. Wasn't even a Meltzer. Sorry. The Bucks look like they experimented on each other, and I pray to God that they hear this. Can we call them the Incest Express? I want an arena chanting Incest Express to them, and they start crying. Here's my whole thing. Is that Dax Harwood? Oh, no. Jack Perry's beating up Brandon Cutler. See, this is the problem. They think that anybody cares that Jack Perry's beating up Brandon Cutler. Like, no one gives a shit. God. But anyways, I don't believe in hijacking shows with Mark-ass chants, but yeah, Incest Express. I mean, come on. That's pretty hard. Actually, I'm going to stop saying that word too. I don't know how YouTube feels about it, but at the end of the day, if you pay a ticket, I believe you can chant whatever you want. Now, if people respond to what you chant poorly, okay. And I know I'm making this about something else, but I'm not trying to accuse anybody of what you're saying either. And it's all just jokes here, okay, bro? So I appreciate the super chat. Timeless Tony Storm's coming out. Or is this Mariah May dressed like her? Either way, yeah, this is Mariah May dressed like her, I believe, looking like Thirstcast. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. The Bucks just need to go back to their old roots, do the white meat babyface flipper thing, and just job to people bigger than them for the time being to regain good faith. 130 of you watching. There's been like 138, 140 of you watching. We're at 88 likes. We need that up to 100 likes. Snakes Addiction, thank you so much for the super chat. You're the fucking man. And yeah, I mean, hey, if it happens, you guys know why. It's because of PWT. Yeah. And the Snakes Addiction putting that out into the world. Okay. DC for $5 says, why does Meltzer love the Bucks so much? I'll tell you why. Because because him, like most of us before, we watched the Bucks, like I explained it earlier in the show. We watched the Bucks in clip form where it would be like Wrestle Kingdom. Yo, this Kenny guy and this fucking Okada guy are doing real shit. Check them out. And then you check it out, and then the Bucks are on there doing real shit too. Like, as far as like, dude, they show up and they can put on those crazy matches. Like, dude, they had great ladder matches with like they had like a TLC match with the Hardys right before the Hardys returned to WWE last time, and it was phenomenal in Ring of Honor. And they know how to do that stuff, and it's good shit. It's good shit, pal. But is it great shit? Oh, it's great. No, but it was good when you could just tune in, and then there's these guys with the junior heavyweight tag titles doing this crazy shit, and it just breaks up the show. Dave thinks that like that and what Osprey does and what Kenny, well, here's the thing. Kenny gets shit even though he didn't really do any of that. He doesn't do like, here's an 859 degree fucking shooting star. You know, that's not really like, yeah, he does some crazy moves, but that's not really what he was doing. It's because he like wrestled a guy in a backyard in like a cinematic match, and he like he did like the gun trigger up a dude's butt and wrestled a little girl and blow up dolls and all this type of shit, right? That's why he gets the flack. He doesn't get flack really he didn't really do like what he would always sell and try and pace his shit out. Honestly, those Okada matches with Omega, like when they happen in Meltzer's like 7 stars and shit. Of course I watched them. Was I like greatest wrestling match of all time? I don't know. That trilogy of matches was up there though for me. Like that, it was up there for me, like for just in my time of like, damn, these guys really fucking can wrestle well together, you know? Are they doing that with every single person they wrestle? No. Like Omega was having like comedy matches with Ishii and shit in between all that, where I wasn't as into it and everything. Sorry, I got someone like mowing a lawn or some shit. My neighbor's out there working. I don't think you guys can pick that up. And if you can, oh, well. But yeah, just the reason he loves them is because they reaffirm what he thought pro wrestling was going to be, which was basically the indies and PWG, where he was welcomed with open arms up to the mainstream, and it was going to sell out bigger than WWE because he's right and Vince is wrong. I hope that answered your question, my good friend. I love you so much, DC. Thank you for the snooper duper chat. Politicast, Thirstcast, Jedi Cast. Do that, Phil. Yeah. Because they SRS doxing Phil. Is that really what's happening or what? LOL at Jamie Earhart. Well, what happens to the Juggalo? Stay with the Juggalos. Because they shook it for $1. Now he's smitten. Sorry here. Yeah, they got over with the Juggalo crowd. Is that what you're saying? They did some stuff with Owens. Yeah, they did good shit, man. Like, it was good shit, pal. Yeah. SRS doxing Phil. Is that the truth? Oh my God. He found me. But yeah, I don't know. Mariah May just cosplayed Toni Storm, and then I don't know. She looks good in that outfit. Dog Thirstcast, heller. And now she's just squirming around in the ring, and now it's like she's lost her mind. I don't know. I'm into it. Hopefully that brought the ratings back up. Did MJF win the title? Yup. He won it. Sorry, we got the Bang Bang Gang. They're stripping the belts. I like Mariah's crystals. Everyone's on about these crystals, dude. A lot of girls do that shit. I miss the days when wrestlers looked like athletes. Thirstcast, they're wrestling at the same show and hanging out together. Okay, here, let's continue this Stone Cold video here. Let's bring it back a bit. I gotta close my fucking window. Here, hold on a second.
If you didn't know, special guest.
Pretty damn hot.
Yeah, I know. I told you. I gave you that warning. You went right in. 0 through 10.
That's a good pizza. I'm gonna go 7.
Round score, rookie number from the rattlesnake right there. Can't do that. That's a rookie score, round number. That's fine. It's also go in the ballpark.
Okay.
Not bad pizza. One by everyone's rules.
What are you going with?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm marinating. I'm letting it think.
All right.
I know you said 7. Rookie score. I'm going 7-1 because Prez said so. And that's the bottom line, Frankie. 7-1. That's a good score. 7's ballpark. What are you making that face for?
That's bullshit.
Why is that bullshit?
Austin's like, oh, come on. That's some bullshit. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay. Yeah, let's finish this video.
To go 7-1 after I get the 7. All right.
That price is right. 1-1.
I'm going 7-1-5.
Can't do it. First score only.
So wait a minute. No, Ricochet didn't appear. Are you guys just clowning on Daniel still? Oh my God. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I like Portnoy in these pizza reviews. It looks like a real Austin vest. He put it together pretty good. So here is a little clip. R.I.P. Shannon Doherty. God bless you and your family. To her family, best wishes, and R.I.P. Rest in power. Someone we probably all grew up watching and probably had a crush on at some point in our lives. Speaking of Thirstcast, here is Shannon Doherty, and they did. Here's Scott Steiner and Booker T on Charmed, and yeah, God bless your soul. Boom. Oh yeah, let's go. After 5 years, AEW has been sampled and passed on. Yeah, I believe for $199 here. I'm going to give you guys a round of applause for that. Yeah, and that's amazing. A lot of people just haven't stuck around, and it's unfortunate. The TNA effect I see below. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You squander something that could be great so many times, and it just doesn't it just doesn't pan out the way you hoped and the way we all hoped. That's the thing. Like, I really, really continue to wish AEW. I just hope AEW downsizes, then pulls the TNA and gets hot again like TNA is. You know what I mean? That's the way to fucking do it. He's not going. Met Portnoy last week. Okay. What's worse, spend money to chat to a guy or buying a toy title belt? I don't know, man. But if you're hating on the chatters, you can lick our balls. So thanks for that. And yeah, exactly. All right. So moving along here. Yeah, she did fight hard, man. It's very sad. It is very sad. So I guess former NHL star, 2-time Stanley Cup finalist, 3-time Vezina Trophy nominee, and one of the tallest goalies in NHL history, 6'7", Ben Bishop, is a wrestler now, and he was on Rampage. So, goddamn, you can't play it because AEW is fucking haters when you try and play their content. But yeah, here's Ben Bishop. He's a big dude. He's an NHL goalie. And yeah, he made his AEW debut. And he's doing good stuff where he's walking through the locker room of like whatever indie he's at. And he's like, hold my calls. Yeah, I have both. Yeah. We are laundering lots of shit when I was a kid. Oh man, it's so funny. Chad is undefeated, man. I was always on the AEW train, but now on with Awful. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, if he swayed your opinion. The main event is going on with 10 minutes left. Yeah, but Tony paid for an overrun. You know that it's an overrun and it's going to be great. So here we go. Yeah, let's play Ben Bishop. I'm going to pause it and keep it on mute so I don't get fucking pulled. But here he is, a big dude working Roddy. We'll just skip ahead a bit. Elbows, kick to the grill, angle slam. I don't know, whatever. He's doing his thing. Promising big dude. I don't know. Like, obviously, if he went to NXT, he'd do better, but it's not for us to dictate what he does. He's just a noob. So if he's just doing a job on Rampage to fucking Roddy Strong, good for him. You know what I mean? Good for him. If that's what's up. Easy. Aubrey will get you, Phil. Yeah, exactly. Apparently, yeah. Apparently they're all upset at your mans. Hey man, I don't even make the Aubrey Edwards jokes, man. That's you motherfuckers. I just laugh. Can't blame a dude for laughing, okay? I let you guys take care of all that and then take the heat for me after. You know what I mean? But yeah, we get Okada title versus title, 10 minutes left. So we're going to get an overrun and it's going to go 18, 20 minutes. And Swerve's an afterthought in his own show, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, let's continue along here with some of Phil Mark's bookmarks. Here, I have literal Meltzer said what DMing me stuff during the show to try and that he wants me to show. It's crazy. I have a direct pipeline. We're going to go around and figure it all out. Sorry, I'm just looking at what Meltzer said what is sending and determining whether or not it's a tonight thing or a next time thing. Moving along, yeah. So shout out Ben Bishop. Hopefully he does well. That NIL program is probably where it's at. So Meltzer said what? Speaking of which, the GOAT. We'll circle back to all the Dave stuff. It's what mostly it is. But here's Kerry Silken, the man who used to own and operate Ring of Honor, and he says no one cares about ROH. I don't care how much money Tony Khan has. It's not being treated very well. And a lot of people were coping because of this. Here I have the quote up ahead here. Kerry Silken goes on to say that Ring of Honor of that era tried to show some respect to professional wrestling. Sure, we had some wacky stuff. Sure, we had the flippy dippy do was coming into fashion. The flippy dippy do was going on with Edward Carpentier too, Ring of Honor. There was some good pro wrestling going on in that segment of it. Right now, Ring of Honor, it's like no one cares at all. I don't care how much money Tony Khan has. It's not being treated very well. So, like, that's Kerry Silken, man. And I think we can all attest to that. I mean, if you guys, I don't know, if you've been rocking with me for a while, you know, ROH, AEW ROH is fucking WWE ECW. That's what it is, at the end of the day. And it's unfortunate. And Tony Khan actually have more news about this. So while we're on this topic. So Tony Khan said that he claimed a couple things. One of those things was, as we scroll up here, he was talking about ROH and saying, there's going to be a whole reboot of Ring of Honor. It's going to be like they're considering after this next event, like we're rebooting what Ring of Honor is. And here, I'm going to play it. Sorry, I have so many clips. I'm trying to find. This is why I need the folders, guys. So here, Ring of Honor is reportedly going to be giving more care with the upcoming tapings being viewed as a turning point for the company. The report notes that a source believes the taping block will lead to more consistent creative plans and will allow champions to be featured more heavily on the show. Like, why aren't they already featured more heavily on the show? That's what drives me insane with the whole fucking Ring of Honor in the first place. And, you know, it should just be Rampage. Like, if he really cared about it, he would just put it on. He would beg for it to be on TV in place of like Rampage doing no viewers anyways. And he would keep the rosters completely separate. If he was smart, he would have done like a Ring of Honor Invasion angle, merged all of those belts with the AEW belts, and then reintroduced the titles he was going to go forward with in Ring of Honor as sort of like an NXT. Like, here's the new Ring of Honor title with the new lineage, but it's like a developmental, we'll rotate some people in and out of there, and these guys can do indie spots, and Ring of Honor won't even be on TV all the time. It'll be like indie dates and shit like that. But no, they don't do good ass ideas like what I've been saying because I'm smart. No, whatever. They can do what they want, man. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying what I would have did. Who knows? And it's unfortunate, you know? It's very unfortunate. We have more Ring of Honor news, though, and Tony Khan news, because he's been, like, it's no coincidence that Tony Khan has been, you know, saying this after Kerry Silkin, and the internet wrestling community, even people on the AEW side, agree with that. It's objectively true. You can't not agree with that. And so Tony Khan does some other interview spots, and I don't know, man. We're just going to talk about AEW for a minute. So, and their ratings and other things like that. So Tony Khan says in an interview that RJ City has been his right-hand man in creating the Tony Storm Mariah May storyline. Another Canuck, RJ City, shout him out. And I've been telling you guys, I love RJ City. He's a shining star, like on the pre-shows, that Hey EW show he does. He's amazing, honestly. And shout him out. But again, he is a wrestler too. He can wrestle, believe it or not. And his little Hey EW interviews, I feel like, does more for some of these wrestlers than anything else. Bring in Kevin Nash to book the show. But yeah, he told Sports Illustrated that my right hand in all of this is RJ. He was the only person in the office who'd seen All About Eve and Sunset Boulevard. And he understood old Hollywood and the old movies. He's been so valuable and tremendous throughout this process. He has a great aptitude for wrestling, and he was also able to use these movies for inspiration. So some of the only shit that's working in AEW, Tony Khan's got RJ City holding his hand through it. Okay, guys? So we're sitting here going, man, they're really killing it with the Tony Storm and the HLA and the Mina Shirakawa, and the Mariah May stuff is good. And I've been putting RJ over in his own right. And look what it is, man. It's them doing this great piece of business, and that has been getting better ratings than their champions and fucking MJF and shit. I don't know. That's an indictment of Tony Khan, if anything, in my opinion. So all of these rumors start circulating, right? About like, there's going to be a stadium show. There's going to be a stadium show. And leading up to it, of course, we have Dynamite 250 tonight. And everybody's expecting Ricochet to show up tonight or show up at All In. So before we get into like the Wembley show that everybody's been rumoring and innuendoing about, Tony Khan says he's a huge fan of Ricochet amidst reports that he's expected to join. So Tony says, I'm a huge fan of Ricochet. I think he's a great wrestler. He's great. He's been involved in matches against some of the top stars in AEW. He also has a great history in New Japan Pro Wrestling, as he's been a champion there and a top star. We have great collaboration there, and I love the history of New Japan, and I think he's a big part of it. During a great era, when a lot of our top stars were there, he was a big part of it. I have a lot of admiration and respect for Ricochet, and think he's one of the top athletes and one of the most exciting stars in all of wrestling. So without question, Ricochet's coming in, and I assume maybe it'll be like a surprise debut at Wembley or whatever, which is the big stadium show. And apparently they're planning a fucking stadium show in America, and Fightful put up some posts saying like, yeah, they're planning on doing it here at the Texas, whatever, right here. So Awful Wrestling, shut him out, says, I could think of only one stadium AEW fans could fill, and it's a fucking Stadium Grill. What an asshole. What an asshole. And so Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful says, AEW is planning to run a major event in the Dallas area in 2025. Fightful Select has learned. One city official in the area hinted to Fightful that it could be a stadium show. More details for subscribers. Now, I just don't believe they can't even sell out the fucking residency they're doing at like the esports arena in Texas that has like 900 tickets or whatever. There's some of them where there's only like 700 people attending. So like, where the fuck are they going to do a stadium? I don't know, but like, I don't know. Again, even though SRS said I'm typically or generally, Phil's generally wrong, here's me again saying, because people went hard on SRS, but it's like, no, someone probably told him this. You know, like someone probably told them this. Now, like, is it fucking gonna happen and work? Is it gonna be a full state? Who fucking knows? Probably not. What? How could they do that? They can't fill a building here either. Like, even for like, oh, the biggest event, like, you know, they can't sell one at Wembley. How are they gonna sell out a building here in America, in the Americas, with what they have going on right now? It just doesn't seem likely. But I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, these people are lying. Like, no, they were probably told this. This is probably a real thing that's being floated around to try and drum up the interest. They're going to try and pull the old all in or whatever the original, the all out with Cody, right? Like, you know, the challenge was accepted. Oh, they can't sell out a 10,000 seater. And then they fucking did it. They can't do a stadium. And then they're going to try and prove everyone wrong. I hope they do it. I know you guys are like, oh, come on now, Phil. That's not very fair. We listen to you every week, Phil, and Awful made a great stadium grill joke. And oh, come on now, Phil. That's not very fair, Eric, to try and say that they might fill out a stadium and be a healthy AEW. No, but I mean, like, I hope they do. Let's get wrestling hot, bro. It's hot right now. But they just did MJF Ospreay. They got 2,300 people. So I don't know how that's going to work out, guys. I do not know. And so Tony goes on, you know, they're planning a major stadium show, according to Wrestling News Co. I used to use them all the time. I can't. These guys are Shillingtons, man. No, they're just exaggeratively optimistic is what I'll that's my political way of shouting out what they do, but whatever. And so Tony Khan claims that Adam Copeland's AEW run is the best of his career. You what?
You fucking mark!
How? The run against Mick Foley, the run with Undertaker, the run with Orton is rated RKO. His shit with Cena. You mean his run with fucking... Come on, man. That shit he did with Lita and Matt Hardy. All of that. Like, how he's wrestled like Daniel Garcia and gotten taken to the limit, bro. Like, this is crazy. You know, we're talking crazy territory here, dude. And so, moving along, right? Tony Khan denies it and says, no, we're not doing a fucking stadium show. He just denies it, man. Let's see it. I got it bookmarked up here. Phil Marks, bookmarks. Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, so Julian Weeks, at Julian Weeks, shout him out. Tony Khan says he's not planning a U.S. stadium show anytime soon. It's not something that we would be looking to do anytime here in the immediate future. But it is an exciting idea. It's great. And something I think that we absolutely could do. Something that would be very interesting. Yeah, he's going to try and do it. Meanwhile, you know, we have like Camille returning to the ring and people got hot at me. Camille's actually wrestling. She's taking indie dates. Yeah, after spending fucking months doing cryptic tweets and liking posts of people saying like, why are you sitting on the couch? She said, hey, I'm going to do some indie dates if fucking Tony McConn's not going to book me. And so it's killing her whole big debut of, oh, it's Camille on AEW. She's going to kill it because she needs work. It's such a fucking L, dude. It's such an L. We have more Tony McCon L action, right? So Tony Khan's well, we read that. He's a huge fan of Ricochet, right? Also, we have Cody Rhodes, though. He had, well, beforehand, sorry. So I talked to Ant Evans on the last podcast, right? And he talked about how Scott D'Amore wouldn't respond to Tony Khan when he and Shivani were taking shots at TNA blatantly on their own show. Here is Moose talking about TNA's relationship with both AEW and WWE.
Yeah, I think this is the best relationship that TNA's ever had, but way better than the one we had with AEW, better than the one we've done with Triple H and Noah or any other company. I think this relationship, both companies respect each other and is doing great by each other. And there's not one company that is being selfish. Both companies are doing great. So I think this is how a relationship is meant to be in pro wrestling, and TNA does the best job of it. Yeah, I think this is the best relationship that.
Shout out TNA World Champion Moose. This overrun for Dynamite has been so long, and we just had Darby come from the rafters. One week from tonight, Blood and Guts. Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait for that live.
What?
Can't wait to react to Blood and Guts with you guys. So, anyways, we continue along, and the shill media, man. We're still on the topic of AEW. We're still on the topic of Tony Khan. Their ratings and the shill media and the weird IWC. So AEW Neckbeards points out, Raw ratings were down this week. Brandon Thurston got so excited about it, he made sure to post it twice so everyone could see. He also left the comments on for both tweets. When AEW ratings are down, he turns off the comments. But when the ratings are up, he turns on the comments. Now, Neckbeards is pulling a Meltzer said what, and he's covering Thurston like a motherfucker. Follow him. If you still, people are like, I tapped out. Yeah, it's you know what I mean? It's just silly. So follow Neckbeards if you want that sort of coverage from like what Thurston's got going on. Because I didn't realize he was doing that. I didn't realize why Thurston got so much hate, but now I understand. Because I didn't realize, and he does do that, man. I follow him. He fucking mutes you can't respond to when AEW's ratings are bad, but when it's WWE, man, he reposts them, or he does weird shit like he'll post them during Raw when no one's watching and stuff like that. Darby Dumas Conan. Oh my god. Pulling a sting coming from the fucking rafters, dude.
What?
Darby Dumas. Yeah, we were calling Darby Dumas.
Conan.
That's fucking hilarious. Scully vibes. Thank you so much for that. Hilarious. Okay, so but yeah, Neckbeards, man, he's all over that. So as we move along, Cody Rhodes, man, he got a little hot with the fucking EVPs, speaking of them, while we're on the topic of Tony Khan and everything. So, well, first we're on the topic of TV ratings. So here's Tony Khan in a WBD hat talking to some random show. And let's see what he has to say about the media rights deal. He effectively says nothing. Warning.
How close are we to getting an announcement with some of the details around the deal?
Well, we're having great conversations at Warner Brothers Discovery. Definitely, it's a great home for pro wrestling. TBS is the station that has the longest history of hosting pro wrestling of any channel in America. And we're really excited about having AEW every Wednesday on TBS and every weekend on TNT. I think it's awesome. And we're having great conversations.
I think it's great.
With Warner Brothers Discovery. Mr. Zasloff himself has been really great, very engaged. And we're trying to figure this out. It's a very complicated thing.
How's it a complicated thing, Tony?
A big media rights package. And I'm very excited to keep working, hopefully for a long time, with Warner Brothers Discovery. We're having a great time here, and we have a great relationship with the management.
It's all great.
Mr. Zasloff in particular has been fantastic to us.
How close are we?
So no answer. We're not close. Even Dose was like, oh, by the 15th. And he's all worried. He's like, we better hear something. And I'm sitting here like, don't worry about it. I'll still have you on the show, bro. You're all good. People get worked by sources and shit all the time. People's predictions are off. You just got to own it when it happens. And we'll forgive you. You know what I mean? But Tony says some more. Well, speaking of Warner Bros. Here, Warner Bros. Discovery is dead serious about matching Amazon's 1.8 billion rights NBA C package, but it will have to pull it off without YouTube TV, despite the latter's courtship. So, they are dead set on dropping $2 billion on this NBA rights C package that they're offering, which I don't know what that entails, but it's been pointed out, man. WBD's investing in NASCAR. They're investing in women's college fucking ball. All of these things, dude. And meanwhile, Variety reports a new round of layoffs hit Warner Bros. Sources tell Variety that under 1,000 employees have been laid off across a few sectors in new cost-cutting moves at WBD, including finance, business affairs, production, and at Streamer Max. I said this shit months and months and months ago. I told you guys, I said, look, I'm a fucking writer. Listen, okay? Listen. I was like, Warner Bros, they ain't done laying motherfuckers off and shelving projects. That's going to happen more, dude. I'm telling you. 1,000 employees laid off. So they're making cuts, but they're dead set on spending $2 billion on the NBA, right? All while business analysts are saying, Bank of America analysts are saying Warner Bros. Discovery is not working and should explore strategic options. A team of Wall Street pros throw kindling on the speculative M&A fire, suggesting that the David Zaslav-led company should spin off its linear TV brands into a new company saddled with debt. So where does AEW and these complicated negotiations... If I'm Tony Khan, Tony, if you're Tony, listen, no, but if you're listening, I'm going to give you $1 million worth of game, possibly $1 billion worth of game right here. No, I'm going to give you game right here. Okay. Someone said it earlier on the show. Oh, Tony should be a victim more and shit. I'm not saying do that, but lean into this and go, WBD is laying everyone off. They're committed to getting NBA. They want all these other fucking things, and we are committed to staying on this network as a tried and true, so we will take a pay cut if we must, because whatever number comes out, you and Dave are going to look fucking stupid, no matter what, because it's not going to be what everyone is saying if the deal with WBD even happens, okay? But people are going to laugh it off the internet, but if Tony leaned into this, he could maybe save face and be like, we'll take a fucking cut if it means sticking it through with this company we believe in because it's had American wrestling on television for all that shit he preaches. Practice what you fucking preach, Tony. Do it right now and show everyone. Listen to Phil and prove everyone wrong, okay? But yeah, it's just not looking good, man. It's not looking good. And then AEW Neckbeards, again, says this is great news. All the money saved on these lowly WBD employees can pay for AEW's big TV deal. Exactly. What, they're laying off 1,000 people to make sure that AEW stays on the air, dude? Like, that ain't it. That ain't what's going on here, guys, okay? I'm just telling you, that's not what's going on here. So, Neckbeard says, sure to be worth zillions. This reminds me of when Shad Khan shut down the Black News Network. The affected staff got no notice and got no severance pay. But remember, folks, paid 90-day no-compete clauses are bad. Right? You guys hear me? Remember, Fed does 90-day no-compete, paid no-compete clauses. Those are evil. But, you know, cutting like, you know, Shad Khan's family, cutting like, are we going to hold people accountable, you know, like the way everyone, oh, Vince, his father-in-law, all that shit. I don't know, man. That's all I'm saying. It's pretty ridiculous. And so Cody Rhodes had something to say. Just getting hydrated here. Cody Rhodes did a brilliant interview with Giga Chad Van Vliet. Shout him out. And he also did a great interview with Diamond Dallas Page that Eric Bischoff uploaded to his YouTube channel for some reason, probably because they're all boys and they call Kevin Nash on the phone and all that. I was brilliant shit. Go and check it out. So Cody Rhodes said, you know, how AEW ended was terrible, really, and people are going to write books later. Awful fucking motherfucking wrestling, dude. People are going to write books later on, and these stories are going to get out there, and then it's going to be a whole new ball game, bro. So Cody Rhodes listens to PWT. No, we obviously Cody's firsthand, but I've been saying it. We knew this. Awful's right in the book, you know. Regardless of any petty squabbles, so that means there were petty squabbles backstage. That's what that means. Cody says, I will always have love for it. Of course he will. He made millions of dollars, changed his life, learned what works, what doesn't, got the opportunity with WWE again. I got to wrestle Brody Lee's final match. I got to lead people, young people behind the scenes. I will always have a love for it. Good on Cody. What a fucking class act, man. Round of applause. What a class act. Cody Rhodes goes on to say, though, that he reveals that he always knew he was going to leave AEW. Oh, so sort of like what I said on the show. I said, bro, he knew it for a long fucking time. He always was going back to Mania. He visioned it like Mania 2, and when he realized, yeah, they're not seeing it like being another WWE, but an alternative. They're looking at it like their friends get jobs and Tony's just going to run amok. He got the fuck out of there. So Cody says, I just remember AEW lovingly, and I also knew I was leaving. I knew it was a season. I knew this wasn't going to last, and I knew there was something greater for me out there. And I know that might sound negative to people, but it's not. That's the biggest prize in the wrestling game. I had nothing but respect for my time there. I got to sharpen my skills, you know, like Hulkamania in the AWA right before it came to WWE. It's the same. Boom. The energy was there. The renaissance was happening. It wasn't just company-based. It was all there, and I just have a love for it because I got to sharpen my skills. And by the time I got to WrestleMania and WWE, I felt like, okay, I've come back a complete package. Cody Rhodes also said the quote was that he hated. Why the fuck don't I have that quote anywhere? Dummy. Yeah. But, oh, right here. I do got it right here. Smarty. Yeah. Cody Rhodes says, I hated that in the Young Bucks' book, they said I was the last to the signing. And it's like, why put that in there? It's shade, bro. Fucking sour grapes because y'all ain't in WWE.
Emotional damage.
Because you guys thought your fucking whole deal was gonna do what Cody's business is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they thought they'd be doing what WWE's business is doing right now, and they didn't. So he's all crusty and sad. Man, clockwork. So yeah. Cody Rhodes says, I hated that in the Young Bucks' book, they said that I was the last to the signing because that's a big thing. Some of the AEW defenders who don't realize they're turning people off to their product more than they're turning people on. Cody Rhodes listens to PWT confirmed. Like, come on now. Come on now. That's what I've been saying. As a diehard fan, I say this till I'm blue in the face to people on X. These sickos don't understand by gatekeeping and being gross and being like Dav Boro and Team Chaos and fucking Sport of Wrestling and Real One. They're killing AEW, bro. They're killing it. They're ruining it. They're the ones doing it. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. So Cody agrees. So, am I generally wrong? Am I wrong? because Cody Rhodes agrees with me, what I've been saying for a year. Am I wrong? Huh, weird. Me and Cody Rhodes kind of think alike on that. Real weird. And he left that company after starting it. He started the company. Fuck. PWT, top show in the world. Let's keep going here. That's one of the things that people always cite. Oh, he was the last. He wasn't that big on the original number one. This guy here, who's off camera with the first person to ever meet Tony, and he met him with a vetting process for all of us. So yes, I guess I was the last, and yes, I had different thoughts, and it's not incorrect at all what they said. Just it's not incorrect, but I was just on it as well as anybody else. Exactly. He's on it like Jericho. Apparently Jericho has some fucking invested interest in it and makes money off AEW, clearly with contracts, but apparently he's like invested in it, and it's private, so we never know. So that's why, like, he was a part of it too. You can't say what Jericho's going to leave one day and he wasn't a part of it. Like, it's insane, bro. It's fucking nuts how they're trying to do Cody Rhodes now. It's actually nutso. And instead of doing all this smear campaign and going restore the feeling and hotshot booking matches, maybe Tony Khan should focus on the people running his company instead of hiring the friends of friends. Now, I've covered this extensively. You guys all know CM Punk was left at the airport in London last year. He was left at the fucking airport. The boys had issues with their travels. They're not the only ones, by the way. And also, yeah, I talk with them as well. And, they're preparing something. You guys are going to hear from them as well very soon. I'll just put it at that. And they have something to say. And you guys are it's going to be awesome. It's going to be intense. And they're going to come on this platform, I believe, to do so and shout them out. And they've shared some stuff with me, but they're not the only ones who had travel problems. And there's, Stephanie Vacquer now, I guess, has travel problems. And you have the travel guy. You can go on his Twitter. He is hashtag what does he call himself? An honorary young buck or whatever. And he dresses like the Bucks. The Bucks are his favorites. He's always taking selfies with people he's picking up. And the wrestlers, whenever he has to keep a wrestler secret, he always posts it on X, whatever. But the guy can't get to pick up Punk. The guy, I don't know if this guy's responsible for the fucking the boys situation, but the whole miscommunication with the staff and the whole travel thing, that seems to be an issue. Well, Stephanie Vacquer, according to Conan, oh, I need it. It's right here. Conan. Apparently, there's something going on with this as well. So,
appearing in front of those house.
So, what was the problem in AEW, that she wasn't picked up or something?
I heard that something similar to the CM Punk situation happened with Forbidden Door, that she wasn't picked up from the airport.
Right.
She ended up having to get her own way.
Let me just say this. When she got over there, she was told by the Mexicans how that place rolls. And then when she spoke to the Mexicans in WWE, she saw how that place rolled. It's not
a crazy, bro. That's bombshells. Let's fucking air horn that. And a crazy contrast from like before. Remember, Andrade would tell the Mexican wrestlers like, yo, WWE ain't all it's shaped up to be with Vince. But now like the roles are reversed. You know what I mean? And so I don't want to, whatever. I hope the boys aren't pissed that but we've been talking to, and they're not, I'm not a dirt sheet, guys. I'm not here to break news. They're not coming to do that, but they're going to probably come speak their piece and reveal some things that isn't really out there. You know what I mean? Like but they messed up. She didn't get picked up apparently either. And this, according to Conan and his Mexican wrestling fucking sources, dude. Like, this is probably the closest we're going to get to accuracy when it comes to this.
She saw how that place rolled. It's not a hard choice to make. You also got to remember, huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You also got,
sorry.
Got to remember.
Appearing.
Okay, got to remember whatever he was getting at. So I think, the moral of this story is that Tony Khan should focus on listening to criticism from channels like myself and not going on these channels as awful wrestling. Now, shout out Tony Khan for helping out smaller creators, right? You guys are about to watch a video. He'll go give interviews to, like, you'll compare my channels to these channels and go, how the fuck hasn't he been on Phil's show yet? Like, legit. But it's because, like, and I'm not going to do Tony, you're a dumbass. You're fucking stupid. You fumbled everything. Well, maybe I'll say you fumble shit, but it would be, I would ask him like real shit, you know? And then he just beat around the bush. So it wouldn't even be that compelling. But when you go on these smaller channels who just want to blow them and hope that it's like, oh, yes, we can be, just say the same generic shit and have them just say like nothing really. This doesn't promote, like, the people, the 1K1 views watching this, they're already watching fucking AEW, bro. This isn't like reaching anyone new. And shout him out for hooking up with smaller creators. But when these smaller creators are just asking the same generic bullshit, bland questions, ball washing, not actually doing an interview to chill and have fun, but doing, or to hold someone's feet to the fire, or to pick someone's brain, but just having a, you know, just a, this is great, everything's great conversation. It doesn't actually help their channels, and it doesn't actually help these people, because they're going to say and do the same things, you know, like whether Tony's on the show or not. So let's watch this little clip. I'm going to end up having it. Awful's always using, I'm like, dude, you need your own music. He needs to get some like copyright free music for this shit, but we're going to try it. I'm going to end up having to clip this segment out later, but shout out Awful Wrestling. And yeah, here's just, he threw this together, and it's crazy because I was just thinking about this the other day, and then Awful just drops a little compilation of, you know, like Tony Khan's doing these 1,000 sub channels, which is amazing. Good for him, honestly, and good for them for getting these interviews. But you guys know why he's doing it, right? He won't do Busted Open, like the biggest fucking radio show there is for pro wrestling, out of nowhere, and they invite him on repeatedly, and he quit going on there. But he'll do these shows because why? Because it's true. Like the criticism, you know, people can't handle the fucking criticism. You know what I mean? So let's watch this video. 1.1K views 2 weeks ago. I got that on my Myron Reed interview, dude. You know, like, come on, that's crazy. 205 subscribers. Yeah, so come check me out, Tony. Like, come on, bro. I'll talk to you, bro. I won't just be like, you're a fucking idiot, bro. No, like, come on. Anyone who's heard my interviews, I know y'all love them because it's, you know, it's not like I switch up all of a sudden. No, I just, you know, I keep it real. I just have a convo. We just have fun. But yeah, come check me out, Tony McCon. 1.5K views 2 months ago on the Battleground podcast. Okay. And I'm not shitting on any of these creators. All of y'all, shout you guys out. Let's link. Let's follow each other. You know what I mean? I'm down with all of you. I'm not sitting here boo-booing on any of y'all. What's being highlighted here is like where Tony's giving interviews when there's bigger platforms who would hold his feet to the fire, obviously, that he won't bother with, you know? And we know why. It's not like, oh, the goodness of my heart. Yes, I'm reaching a hand to the little guy. It's not that, or else his tickets would be cheaper and he wouldn't run such big, overpriced venues. Because when you go to these venues, too, beers are fucking $9 and shit like that, too. So it's not like, oh, the man of the people. That's the fucking lie that's been perpetrated for so long. That's not why he's doing it. So, yeah, 1.3. Okay, that's pretty. If you have 13.1K subscribers, though, like, that's fucking, you know, if it's one dude running that channel, he could probably legitimately, if he knew what he was doing, he legitimately could fucking make a good living doing that if his ads are all good and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's good for whoever this is. That's not that small. I recommend more people do channels with like 4K, 5K, 6K, because that's where you get like, that's where niche audiences are like fucking exploding and being built, you know, all over the place. So anyways, so shout them out too. But I mean, it is a smaller compared to like Busted Open or like one of these other. So, okay, yo, Josh Martinez, shut him out. 507. God damn. 507 subs. Shout him out, guys. Maybe he puts on. This looks like my kind of dude. Just hanging. 2.8K views for 500 subs. That's pretty good, Awful. You're being a hater. No, but you guys, right? We're just highlighting, like, you know. Here we go. Let's keep going. Let's keep watching this. Tony Khan with Sports Grid, 4.2K views. That's pretty good, man. That's not bad. 14K subs. Yeah, props to them. Awful's talking shit. Awful, you don't even got a YouTube channel, bro. What are you talking? No, I'm just... Oh my god. I'm just kidding, bro. He's gonna sell like a bunch of books when it happens. Seems that Tony Khan hates large gatherings of wrestling fans. Oh my god. Can't make it up. Find a better way. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we know why Tony goes on those shows, because you know what I mean? He wants the hugs and the kisses and the flowers, and he gets enough of that already. He has to be willing to take some punches. Like, you can't tell me that Triple H and even Vince McMahon, dude, like, think about during the steroid trial, all that stuff. He threw himself in the fire, dude. He threw himself on TV with Marble Mouth Meltzer, dude. Vince did. Like, man, like, you gotta be willing to take the hit and accept reality at some point. And it's just unfortunate that, you know, he hasn't done it yet, because, you know, slowly AEW's, it's going to be unrecoverable until he sells it one day. Or just gets out of a position of power. So moving along, guys, I have like a cupid. Guys, sorry, I've been drinking a little bit too. In Minecraft. What? Oh my goodness. So when's Tony Khan coming to PWT? Hopefully soon, man. Hopefully soon. So let's see. We better be at 100 likes. I have a few more headlines to throw at you guys that I find interesting and compelling, and I think you guys should know about. And then we're going to play our flutes and do a Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. And we're at 103 likes. So round of applause for you guys, the GOATest chat, the best audience. And yeah, we got to keep growing. We got to keep getting bigger and bigger. Make sure you guys are sharing the show around if you're not. I know I'm doing a good job of blowing it up all on my own, but yeah, I just appreciate you all so much being here. And I don't want to have to like run ads on shit, you know, on PWT podcast. So when you guys come in here and watch these and hit like and send super chats, or, you know, fucking click on the videos, even though there's a pesky little ad or whatever, that all makes it. So one day we're going to be doing this every single day. It's going to be fucking amazing. Or maybe not, you know, that's up to you guys. You know what I mean? Maybe we won't oversaturate, and who knows? You guys tell me. But at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys, man. You always come through for me. It's like, it's the best thing in the world. I hope you all feel good, because you make me feel good. And I try to reciprocate that by being funny and talking to wrestlers and talking to funny characters from the IWC. So anyways, moving on with the show. Josh L. Barnett, guys, Chris Connor, Ant Evans, said enough about it this show. Go and check out my discussions with those guys. We talked about Bloodsport. We chopped it up about hybrid, shoot MMA, pro wrestling style, blah, 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 blah. Well, Josh Barnett, Shayna Baszler's manager as well, doesn't get brought up enough. This is why he was at one point the youngest heavyweight champion in UFC history. I believe he still holds that distinction. So, but yeah, Charlie Dempsey, William Regal's son, being added to Bloodsport as well. Let's fucking go. Aaron Ronald for $5 pipes in. We'll give him a round of applause and says, what's your thoughts of Blood and Guts? I'm from the Nashville area trying to decide whether to go to the show. I don't know if it's worth the money. Chat, anyone else from the Nashville area? You guys put your opinions in chat. Tell Aaron Rowland your opinions on what you think, if the show's worth it thus far. In my opinion, I would go to it because it's a double cage and I'm a fucking mark. And like, I like to jump at, you can ask my girl, man. I like to take the chance to jump at, if I can go out and like get some nachos and beers and like watch a fucking, you know, an event or something, I'm down. Movie theater, I don't care where we're going. Like, I jump at it. So I'd probably go, even though like I didn't go to any of the fucking AEWs that just rolled through my neck of the woods, but so I guess I'm kind of being a hypocrite, but they weren't blood and guts though. Like a double cage or like a double ring, it's Tony Khan, so he'll book a 2-ring battle royal, and like you might get a Ricochet or something. Maybe, I don't know if Ricochet, they just save it for Wembley if they're smart, right? But you want him to wrestle on Wembley, so like you got to do it soon. But it's AEW, so they don't care about logistical thinking. So I don't know, but if I was you, I would just go, and I wouldn't worry about like getting the best seats or anything. I just and I wouldn't even pay for them in advance. So I'd pull up and then buy them at the building when they put them on, like, oh, the event's starting, the tickets are now lower. You know what I mean? That's typically what happens. They'll just like lower them so you can get in. Like WWE house shows that aren't full will do that too, So yeah, I mean, but if you have to like drive a ways to get to Nashville, I wouldn't fucking go. If it's like a fucking over an hour drive, don't go. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Conrad will book. Oh, come on now. I don't just book anybody, Eric. That's not very fair to say that I'd book him just because he came here. So, yeah, I got a few more of these little quick headlines. So here's some sicko. Yeah, sicko at Will Cooling. So a lot of people, they say, Phil, why do you why do you highlight these people and give them shine? Just ignore them. Well, I do, but I just bookmarked the shit. You guys see it? I didn't quote it and nothing. I just laughed at this. Some guy tweeted out, and I just thought this is ridiculous. And people are like, you need to cook IWC people and make it its own segment. I don't know, maybe it might happen, but I'll just start mixing it in more. I used to do it earlier on. I kind of went away from it, but we'll go back to it a bit. This Will Cooling guy anyway says, at some point, wrestling as an industry may be ready to have a conversation about how weird it is that Triple H has spent the past 6 years progressively becoming ever more brazen about having Rhea Ripley dress up as his dead ex-fiance. I don't mean to laugh, but it's like,
You fucking mark!
What is this guy even talking about? That's crazy. And I don't know. That's my crazy. We need a segment. I'll think of a fucking noise, or someone tag me some on X, or email me prowrestletimes@gmail.com. Like, I need something for a segment. That's my dummy fucking IWC person of the week. Like, first off, Rhea's her own thing, her own style, China-esque, but I don't know. It's just, and if he's trolling, that's a hilarious tweet, but otherwise, I don't know. Everett Todd for $2 says the price hike in year 2 hurt AEW. 25 ticks rules. Bro, that's where they should have. That's what we all thought it was going to be. Just like a super indie where like you $30 tickets, $25 tickets. And now they're doing discount tickets. Like they had the deals like $1 tickets. This is facts. They were selling tickets for $1 for Sting's final match, apparently, like right before the show to fill that house. This is what I heard, man. They had tickets for like $1 or something, like last minute, like get the fuck in here, or while the event was taking place or whatever, just to have a full house. So, and if that was exaggerated, cool, but we've seen it, man. They've done the burger and the fucking for $25, the deal for the tickets, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they were booming, and then they hiked the prices because they weren't making money it's so funny because everyone's like, oh, they make all this money in the video game. They weren't that's why they hiked their prices, bro, which is what helped fuck them, because and it fucked them when with the whole Punk Collision thing. They gave him his own show, and then he got kicked out of the company, and then they air the shit like Punk's fight, and people see this like that's why he got kicked out of the company. Like, it's fucked, man. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing that happened to AEW, and it's unfortunate, but or a lot of people say, nah, Phil, you're a softie. Like, you guys checked me on the main event tonight, or it wasn't the main event. It was actually the opener that went for over a fucking hour, over an hour, entrances included. Yeah. I forgot this. Oh, fuck. I botched. Let me give myself a dummy here. I botched. This was part of the Cody Rhodes segment. The whole
Dummy. Yeah.
So QT Marshall. Editing Phil. QT Marshall stands up for Cody Rhodes, and he works in AEW, and he tried to get a job at WWE, didn't pan out, so he got himself in incredible shape. QT Marshall's fucking shredded right now, dude, working in Mexico and trying to get a job with WWE seemingly. So he tweets out, and he quote tweets this guy like who's saying some stuff in Spanish, I believe. And so Marshall says, tell people to stop asking him about it. Cody Rhodes, that is. If you can't handle his responses about AEW, don't ask the questions. The responses he gives are some of the most politically correct responses. He's sitting on top of the opposition and still keeps his responses classy. Shout out QT Marshall. Moving along. Ric Flair. Woo! Ric Flair says, how in the hell on God's green earth is Ric Flair? I can't do a Ric Flair. Not considered one of the top 10. I can't do a Ric Flair. We'll get it. To be one of the top 100 athletes in the world. Chat, do you guys agree Ric Flair one of the top 100 athletes in the world here? I'm going to end this poll too. So y'all voted it. 33% voted a C, which I think is a fair rating, right? They hot shot booked, decent match that lot, because I said it, B-, and now it's working its way down about a C overall. The Mariah May stuff was good, yeah. But yeah, do you guys think Ric Flair's a top 100 athletes in the world, like now or of all time? That's what I don't know what he's talking about. Javon Evans, bouncy. He cooked someone on X here. So it was another wrestler. We got wrestler on wrestler beef. Okay. At Stephen Wolf. Are you guys familiar with Stephen Wolf? Let me know. I'm not too familiar. Shout him out. So Javon Evans did this. If you guys didn't watch NXT, fuck, is it a good show? Joe Hendry showed up. He starts doing commentary. Vic Joseph says he's just doing normal commentary. He's like, yeah, Jordan Grace has showed up, the Rascals, Joe Hendry, and then his fucking music hits right on time. Say his name, man. He up here. Joe Hendry interrupts the match. He comes down in a fucking suit, does commentary, is great on commentary. And then he like hijacks the show. Like whenever they do it, like they do a highlight package, and then Joe Henry's doing the voiceover for like the recaps of last week and the hype packages, and then his little like look at the camera and smile airs at the end of everything. Like it's like he hijacked the show because Vic Joseph said his name, and he's just like, I like. And then backstage with Wolfgang and the Coffee Bros, he's like, I like NXT. I'm going to stay around here a little more. So we get more fucking Joe Hendry, and it was fucking phenomenal. NXT's the best 2-hour TV show, pro wrestling, and TNA's up there too. And I'm not kidding. It's so good, man. Anyways. So, Javon Evans does this he has a great match. This kid is only like 19 or 20. He's fucking phenomenal. Okay. He did this springboard into the ring thing. It was amazing. This guy, Stephen Wolf, says, now do it from a vertical and land it. Taking shots. And then here we go. Sorry, I jumped the gun here. So then Javon goes at him and says, when you do it in a WWE ring, then we can have a conversation. Do your research about me, gang. Young OG. Ooh. The Forbidden Door. Isn't Steppenwolf a DC villain? Yeah, he is. Steppenwolf is. So, and then he responds, I had a contract before you were even out of high school, young blood. If it wasn't for my neck, you wouldn't be Javon Evans. You'd just be Stephen Wolf from Wish. Oh, shit. And then we had Javon respond and go, I just turned 20. Of course you got a contract before I got out of high school. And OG, you know damn well that last sentence ain't true. I ain't even know who you was until one of the homies told me about your post. Oh, damn. I don't know, man. And like, you can't be coming at the kid, man. He's in WWE. Come on. So then this guy at Too Sweet Media, I think, says, did a search on Stephen Wolf, and apparently he debuted in 2014 and has 10 years of ring experience. There's a big difference between confidence and arrogance. I guess Harley Race, the guy who trained him, forgot to teach him humility because shading other talent and being a mark for him is a bad look and doesn't do him any favors at whatever. So people are standing up for whoever they're standing up for there. I don't know. I just saw that and saw it was posted underneath both, though. So that's good. Now, we have other news. Per Wrestle Talk, the free agent tag team, the Tonga Twins, have been pictured at the WWE Performance Center following their departure from Women of Wrestling in May. WWE listens to PWT confirmed. No, but let's be for real here. I've been saying the shit. Keep expanding it. Let's go. Bloodline. Expand it to the women. I quote tweeted this. I don't know if I bookmarked myself, but I just said, listen, if you think it's a coincidence that all of these factions, Legado del Fantasma, LWO, what was the other one I fucking named? I'm blanking. Dummy. Yeah, I quote tweeted it and said some shit. Just I named some factions. Okay, there's women in these different factions, and there's a reason for that, because if these women join the men or the women do their own bloodline, like we're starting to see it too. Zoe Stark and Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler, and then you have like Lyra Valkyria's making full-on entrances with the KC and KC. So we're seeing like these factions sort of be built up here. The Tongan Twins with Ava Rain, or with Tamina, or with Naomi, or they're all teamed up, and everybody keeps saying no more Samoans, Phil, no more Samoans. I need to shut up, bitch. That's what I need. Because yeah, dude, I hope that it continues with more Tongans. And I called it. I was like, bring them in, you know, more and more and more of them, have them dominate the female divisions. LWO has a woman in their faction. You know, the Gates of, what are they called? Not the Gates of Agony, the Authors of Pain. What are they called? The Final Testament or whatever. Those guys. LWO, you know, all these different factions. Michin with the BCC, Bullet Club, OGBC. I don't know. There's too much wrestling shit, bro. It's hard to keep track of all this stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, they're at the PC, and I just hope they join, dude. I really hope they do. And the tag team division for women. That's what I wanted to talk about, man. There's not, like, we need more fleshed out tag teams. No, I've been harping on this forever. The Tongan Twins? Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking kidding me? That's perfect. So, let's fucking go. Are you guys ready, man? I want to see some flutes in the chat, because it's rearing that time. God, and I got a lot of them. You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. I'm always like, you know, we're going to be quick about it. Nah. No being quick about it. I want to see flutes in the chat, yeah, because I'm going to play one. I'm going to grab a refreshment. By the time I return, it's going to take me 0.5 milliseconds. By the time I return, there better be flutes in that chat, folks. Okay, maybe it took me more like 5 full seconds, but regardless, it is time. It is time for Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. Let's go. So at David Death Music, David Dexter Gaming, shout him out. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight, but he is an avid day one. I'm talking like day one. The fucking 80 views on some fucking clips days. Dave Dexter's been there. And here he is showing me what he got blocked for. People were talking about Dave blocking them. And the reason Dave blocked me, folks, and this is the truth, he responded to me something about biases or something like this, and then I responded to him, and like I just used his own logic. I presented his own logic to him, and I was like, well, yeah, because he said something about friends, and of course they're friends, so they're gonna whatever. And then I said to Dave, I said, well, exactly, you're friends with the Young Bucks and Hangman Adam Page, and that's why you are biased towards them. And he blocked me. Like I wasn't even being gross or anything. So here's David Dexter, not even being gross. Dave Meltzer says, or quote tweets a guy who says, every time you pop up on my timeline, it's trying to put a positive spin on anything AEW. Meltzer projects and says, people who are scared of facts make up the best excuses to ignore what's black and white. Are you?
You what?
Dave, man. This is full-blown delusional, sociopathy, narcissistic, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. That's what this is. Like, and that's what David Dexter says. So David steals the words out of my mouth and says, thank you for finally explaining exactly why you put a spin on anything AEW. You are scared of facts, so you make up the best excuses to ignore what is black and white, like low ticket sales and merch sales and TV ratings. Dex fucking cooked him. Henningite says, I have said way worse than that, and he has retweeted but not blocked me. Yeah, because he doesn't care if you say fucked up shit. He's a sicko. He cares if you present him. All David did was say, yeah, and that's what you do, because black and white, the ticket sales are down and the ratings are down, and you always are trying to, you just explained it. What David did was breach Meltzer's cognitive dissonance, and that's what he doesn't like. People don't like the truth because the truth hurts. It fucking sucks. It's like medicine, bro. It's like Buckley's. It tastes awful, but it works. It's medicine if you let it be. If you fight it, it's just going to taste bad, and then you spit it out and you don't get better. And that's what truth is, bro. It fucking sucks to hear sometimes, but you got to hear the shit. It's how you get better, you know? And Dave has no interest in that. He believes he is the truth, the all-seeing eye of fucking pro wrestling. And we're going to leave that post here. Shout out David Dex. We're going to leave that here throughout this segment as much as we can. Eric Bischoff absolutely went nuclear on Dave Meltzer. And at Eric Bischoff, who quote tweeted me and gave me a round of applause, he also responded. I uploaded a little short on YouTube there of Meltzer, like a little reel or short or whatever they're called, of Bischoff reacting to a statement I made about Vacquer and Camille and all that. Go and check that out if you haven't. But anyways, Bischoff tags Meltzer and says, is being exposed hourly for the complete fraud he's always been. The growth on social media, reputable outlets covering the business, and podcasts from those who have actual experience in the industry, and avid fans like fucking me, Eric, as well. But shout you out. I'm just on your team and I'm broing with you right now. Like, tell him, Eric. Making it impossible for this clown to get away with this bullshit anymore. I thoroughly enjoy the posts I see in my feed calling him out. Keep him coming. It's a public service. Think of all the people you'll help save 15 per month. Exactly. Give me the 15 per month. I'll fucking cook Meltzer for you guys every single week. That's what we do here. And the thing is that, and he quote tweets neckbeards. We're going to get to it. I had somebody, though, respond to this. I saw him and he's like, Eric, it's just his opinions, da-da-da. And then I responded to the dude and was like, no, it's not. He thinks he's the objective, all-seeing eye of fucking pro wrestling. Like Dave says it himself. Nope, I give high star ratings to matches I don't like too. And it's just bullshit. And so I told this guy, no, like that's not it. And I don't know, man. The dude was just like, yeah, but you have to admit that he's good for pro wrestling, like the history aspect of pro wrestling. And he's written down all the shit, blah, 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 blah. And I told the dude, I agree that for a historical aspect of writing down every match and what time they went and how many people were in attendance, that was awesome because no one did that historically until the fucking internet. And now we don't really have a use for that. And now he just makes up shit and peddles agendas. So that's the thing. Like, yes, he was good. He was a good thing. Bischoff saw too. He tried to work with the dude. WWE tried to work with the dude. Right? And does that mean bringing him in so he keeps some things secret and lets out some things to, yes, that's what that means. But he didn't want to do that. And Meltzer just wanted to keep fucking stooging things and giving his own opinion, but peddling them as if it's fact when it has not been for decades. Okay. But yes, he did keep track of the ticket sales and the numbers before there was 8 million Reddit marks who also do that now. That's what he was good for. Okay. So, I hate that saying. You have to admit that's disagreeing. Yeah, exactly. And so the dude didn't respond to me. I basically said that to him. Like, no, what you mean to say is, yeah, he's awesome for writing all the shit down about like how long the matches were and shit before anybody did that, before everyone had computers and AI could do that shit for us. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. Anyways, though, here's AEW Neckbeards. I don't know if he plays the clip. Yeah. So AEW Neckbeards just like posts Dave Meltzer responding to Bischoff's clip, which we're going to play. And Meltzer just projects here and says, pathological liars fear people who are honest. What did I just point out, chat? What did Dave just say? So guys, we're pointing this out. Dave has a reel. This is like a sociopathic, narcissistic. I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a psychologist. We're exposing it right here on PWT. We're showing you. We just broke it down. Right before, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? What did Dave Dex tell us, the PWT universe, and tell Meltzer, and he gets blocked for? What? Being confronted with the honesty. Headingite said, I say disgusting shit, and he doesn't block me. Because that's not what he doesn't care about that. Rolls sweat off your back. I'm the same way. Say whatever you want about me. I don't give a fuck. This dude is projecting. This is full on projection. And why is it projection, Phil? Because he's saying what he is. And we just proved it. Because of why he blocked me, why he blocked Dex. Who's the nicest kid? Fucking nicest guy in the world. It wasn't even gross to Meltzer. Just said just showed Meltzer his own logic and said, exactly, Meltzer. So do you get your own logic? Doesn't like that because he's a pathological liar. Meltzer says pathological liars fear people who are honest. Anyway, one of us did major harm to multiple companies. The other just reported on it as it was happening. So now Meltzer's saying, yeah, I said way worse, not disgusting. No. But like, when I say disgusting, I'm using it as like just like in Ebonic, like a vernacular, like fucking a term of, I'm just saying like disgusting. Like you weren't being gross to him and being like, or you were being gross to him, like, fuck you, probably, right? Like, that's what I mean by gross. It's just the way I speak. I'm sorry. I should have clarified that. But yeah, the sickos. We're the sickos. No, dude, he gets told way sicker shit by these sickos. Anyways, so Dave Meltzer says that a pathological liar fears people who are honest. Dave just exposed himself. You know, this is cognitive dissonance. This is projection of the highest order. I've been saying it forever and ever and ever. It's proven right here. Anyway, one of us did major harm. So he's saying Bischoff did major harm to WCW, but I just reported on it. Like Dave's reporting doesn't harm people. Matt Morgan just came on the show and explained to us, PWT Universe, how it does harm the business. And I explain it fucking too. And then I get told by wrestlers I'm telling the fucking truth and that I'm right about this shit in my DMs. And they're like, keep doing the damn thing. And they might not want to come public that they're fucking on my side because they don't want to, you know what I mean? Because it does affect shit if you go against the establishment or whatever you want to call it, whatever I'm doing, just talking shit. Anyways, Jamie Earhart for $5. Dave hates when people prove him wrong. Brian. You get a flute because I'm cooking. You just made a statement. I can't really add to what you said, Jamie. Thank you so much for the $5. You're the absolute shit. And yeah, you just garnered another flute because you're absolutely right. That's what it is. And he did. That's why he battles with Brian, because Brian's willing to prove him wrong. But at least he concedes to Brian a bit. But he never goes like, "Oh, my bad." He just goes like, "Oh, well," and then he just moves along. Like Alvarez is like, "Oh, you told me that documentary's 2 hours," and he's just like, "Oh, well." Anyways, Rampage. You know, like he just doesn't even talk about it. It's just stupid. Anyways, so let's play Bischoff's clip here now. I ranted and raved. I said my piece. So we got a couple clips. I don't know if this is the one in particular, but Bischoff says Meltzer's lying. Yeah, this is the one. Meltzer's lying his ass off about the NWO. And so at Vic8122 says Eric Bischoff calls out Meltzer for saying Pat McAfee missed a Raw due to a storyline, blah, blah, blah. And this spurned from the NWO. The reason Bischoff brings up the Pat McAfee thing is because what Dave said on this show was, Bischoff stole the idea for the NWO from this Japanese thing when he went to a show at whatever, some shit. And Bischoff's like, you're making this up. Like, name it then, Dave. Where, which one? Tell me who, what, when, where, how. Like, don't just say this shit. So here's like the extent of it. This is what spurns off into this, like, sort of feud, more of this feud. But damn, Bischoff goes off here, dude. He goes off on him, and I love this so much. Let's play the clip.
You fraudulent piece of fucking trash. This is why I despise this person's. This is the same piece of garbage that said that Pat McAfee's absence off of Monday Night Raw because he's got such great inside information was.
And did Dave apologize for that Pat McAfee shit? If he did, someone link me, because I can't.
Because it was part of a storyline, when in fact it was a death in the family. That comment about Pat McAfee and his absence from TV is all you need to know about anything else. This lying, fraudulent piece of, he's just a parasite. He's a no talent. He has zero talents and ability. He calls himself a journalist.
Anyone can lie and anyone can fucking put hack tweets out there. No offense to you good tweeters, but anyone can just say shit is what basically Bischoff's saying by that talentless. Now, does he have the, especially when there was less wrestling to consume, like he claims he's the observer, but like he doesn't know about UK, Japan, Mexico. There's no way you can watch all of it. I know, because I try my best to touch my finger on the pulse of everything. It's fucking impossible, especially if you like UFC and shit too. And he talks about MMA, and especially if you like other shit. Like, I like movies, I like going to retro movies and stuff with my girl. I like doing all kinds of other shit too. Fucking, you can't balancing all of it, So like back in the day, yes, Dave in the 80s, I said it before like the fucking internet and like the early 90s, before the internet was so, like there's a million people who do what Dave's already been doing, and there's a million people who lie better. And I'm not talking shit, but look at a guy like Zero News. The guy just says anything, and then he's right some of the time, like very little of the time. And then people are like, well, he's right about this one thing. So it's all, and I'm not trying to, again, throw shade like people are catching strays, but that's what Bischoff means by like talentless. Like, okay, yeah, you cultivated an audience, but like, what the fuck are you doing besides what you claim is like your job? Like you're not actually doing that thing, and it's just hack and easy to do. Like anyone can just say shit, Sorry, let's go ahead.
He's just a parasite.
And I just say shit. People might be like, well, Phil, you just say shit. Yeah, but I'm like really funny. Blowing myself. No, but like you got, I'm entertaining. I bring I'm trying to approach this different than anyone else. That sort of thing. You got to bring something like that. Dave's just like, I'm the news. Here, I'm going to make up stories about someone's family just passed, and I'm going to just say, no, I was told by some. And like when everybody in the heat of everyone telling Dave he has no sources in WWE, or that his sources are lying to him, and then he goes out and just says that, and then where's his retraction? He tells Brian Alvarez on the show, oh, the documentary's 2 hours long and they're going head to head with Dynamite and they know what they're doing. WWE airs the documentary. It's an hour long, and it ends right before Dynamite. Probably did AEW a fucking favor that night. And Dave just goes, oh, yeah, okay. Rampage. Tony Khan. Fuck, sorry. Eric's going to tell you better than I can.
Piece of, he's just a parasite. He's a no talent. He has zero talents and ability. He calls
DDP yoga. Yeah, I used to do it a bunch. I'm just a big, tall motherfucker, so I don't know. My girl's like, you got to stretch more. It's important, but I've done did DDPP. I'm sorry, guys. I've been drinking. I'm pulling a Meltzer up. I did DDPY. Did DDPY. That's hard to say. Say that shit 15 times fast. Yeah, I did do it. I've done it in the past, and I don't do it all the time, but I should start again.
Himself a journalist, yet he can't confirm a story. He writes lies. He's been caught red-handed printing lies from other people just to fill.
I just completely spurged out everyone. Me too. Yeah. Please, chat. Roast me for the spurg, the Meltzer meltdown. I just did do DDD. What did he do? Oh, my God. King DDD did DDP yoga. What's the one from Anchorman? The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Fucking 10,000 words and put out his garbage toilet paper that people spend $15 a month for, whatever it is. He has no understanding of the business of the wrestling business.
He has no understanding of the wrestling business. There you go. He just went off on him. I believe there's more, though, because the feud doesn't end here. Of course,
You
Bischoff.
fraudulent piece of fucking trash.
I need that on the soundboard. Yeah. Someone clip it and email an MP3 to prowrestletimes@gmail.com. Here we go. So here's Eric Bischoff. He continues with a fucking meme. Or no, this is someone's post, I guess. I thought this was a meme. He goes, prominent wrestling journalist Dave Meltzer accused of publishing stories based on false information. If you guys remember, this happened a while ago where it was proven, like somebody told him some shit about some Japanese promotion, and then he just went and reported it baselessly, and then it came out like, no, this was a fake thing. Do you recommend DDP yoga? I recommend yeah, but here's the whole thing with DDP yoga. It goes along with a diet, which no one talks about, which is a very good, easy to do diet. But DDP, like, I suggest people do it. Yeah, he literally changes people's lives. And I hurt my back really badly, and it fucking like saved me to where I'm pretty goddamn well good, you know? So yeah, I would just recommend it through and through without question. PWT DDPY sponsor me. But that's a true story. Like, I would give him a true testament. This was years ago when it was still, it's called something different now, and he's selling some new product. I don't know what he's, arm brace or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, shout out DDP, man. That guy is changing lives for real. So, and this guy is who I responded to. Eric, to be fair, he is a journalist that states his opinion, and he's not the law of the land. Why do you act like this? His word matters so much if you don't respect him. And I just responded. That's the guy I responded to. I was like, man, because he thinks his word is the law. So, like, you just go based off that, right? So, here's AEW neck. Oh, no, sorry. We covered that one. Collision on Saturday did 362.14 in the demo, which is all goofy gaga talk, but they want to use these metrics. MJF wants to cut promos saying Nielsen. So here we are, right? Talking about this for all those more. Imagine talking about TV ratings. Why do you care what the TV show does on the TV ratings? Well, because they say that's what they care about. So we're going to talk about it. You guys know this. Okay. Anyways, Meltzer tweets out, Collision on Saturday did blah, 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 which was considered excellent given the attempt Trump. Oh my God. No way. I didn't even know this. Dude, they tried to blame the Trump assassination news. Maybe that's true. Maybe my content took a hit because of it too. I didn't pay attention to all that. But come on, man. Come the fuck on. This, oh my God, which was considered excellent given the attempted Trump assassination news. 20 of the top 25 shows were news shows. SmackDown and Rampage were above usual on Friday, but there was no major competition. Raw, actually, last night when, against Home Run Derby. Jesus, man, they used the Trump thing. I mean, that's fair. That is fair. Like, it affected everything, but say it affected everything. Don't say AEW did exceptionally well because of that. You know, the home run derby anthem. Yeah, y'all. It was so bad, man. So Eric Bischoff quote tweets Dave. He's not done. He says, "Hey Dave, how's that storyline that Pat McAfee coming? You know, the one that required he miss an episode of Raw. We touched on that ad nauseum." Dave Meltzer on AEW's reported plans to potentially host a stadium show in Texas in 2025. So Dave keeps it real here. Wah, 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 wah. Smart moment of the week, I guess. He says, right now, AEW running a stadium show sounds really ambitious. They're not drawing big anywhere. They drew okay in Chicago. Calgary was okay. Was it? But most of them are still not good. Wednesday's show was at around 2,000, and it's a big show, the 250th episode. It's got a good lineup, but it's also in North Little Rock, Arkansas. If you look at where they sell their pay-per-views in that part of the country, they are not that popular. They have a lot of, dates in that, part of the, America country. And variably, when they go to that part of the country, they don't, Tony Khan, draw very well. Well, there you go, man. You heard it from the horse's mouth. We have some super chats. Shadow Batash for $5. Thank you so much. Meltzer's journalism and coverage is just as fake as the product he covers. Oh, shit. Called us all out for suspending our disbelief. No, you're right. Wrestling is a work predetermined, if you will. And yeah, I mean, why not work marks? Like, that's what I think it is. I think he figured out, like, no, I'll just keep working some marks, or he's completely psychologically delusional. I lean more in that direction. I think Brian Alvarez is more of like no, we'll just work marks into fucking frenzies, and work them up and whatever. But the problem with that is you spurned and spawned motherfuckers like me who now made it my own show. And and now I'm going to talk to wrestlers and I'm going to do shit you're too afraid to motherfucking do. Shadow Badash, I want to thank you as well. A round of applause for you, because you are a diehard day one supporter. Go check out the Discord and check out Ash is in there. And I like her because she digs what I'm saying, but she also is like a huge Zack Sabre Jr. fan and a New Japan fan and shit like that. So it just goes to show your boy Phil, I come from a genuine place here. You know what I mean? Jamie Earhart for $2 says the Stars Strangled banner. Oh, dude, that shit was bad. Who sang it? Chat, let me know who sang it. I forget. I saw the clip. Yeah, I don't know. It's not, I'm Canadian. It's not my place to take shots, but her singing ability, that was atrocious, as Brendan Schaub would say. Shout out my homeless cats. The Star Strangled banner, that's fucking hilarious. Sounds like a punk rock remake of the national anthem or whatever. Yeah, so even Dave's spitting the truth here, I guess. Dave Meltzer on CM Punk's status for SummerSlam after Adam Pearce refused to rescind Drew McIntyre's suspension on WWE Raw. Beer break, what? Minecraft. Dave says the last I heard about Punk, which would have been a week ago. Dave, you're hearing a bunch of bullshit. You were wrong last week, too. Chat, you guys think Dave heard from Punk about a week ago?
Liar!
The last I heard about Punk, which would have been a week ago. Well, it's like, why don't you just say a week ago I heard about Punk? Not the last I heard of him, which would have been a week ago if I had sources, Tony Khan. I was told probable, so it's not 100%, or it wasn't 100% a week ago. So maybe let me talk about it on my show and not say it's fantasy mark booking. I'll say that I have a source and then not hit an X-Files. You know what I'm saying, chat? Like, yeah. Let me just report this like I know what I'm talking about, and it's maybe is what I'm reporting. He's not cleared, or it could also be this is the storyline that they're doing. Guys, I have heard Punk has been cleared, and they're just not rushing him. They're like, dude, you guys are telling the story. You don't even need to get in the ring, Punk. You don't need to win a match to do anything. So just come back at SummerSlam. That's what I'm hearing. But again, I'm just Phil S. Marks. Do not listen to what I have to say when it comes to news-related things in any which way. So moving along, Dave Meltzer on Miro, Malachi Black, and or Keith Lee potentially returning to WWE. Now, this one made me laugh so hard because, and I quote tweeted this as well, upset some people. I had someone say, literally no one called any of these three game changers. Bruz, dudes and dudettes in the chat. Keith Lee, Malachi, and Miro are the game changers. Those are literally like the three who were called, and like so is Athena, so is Saraya, so is a bunch of people. But these three, like Keith Lee specifically, was like he's the game changer. Like I remember people being like WWE fumbled him worse than anyone, da 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 da, and like we're gonna get Rusev Day and fucking AEW, da da da, and Rusev Day was so over. But Meltzer is just like, well, who cares about them now? So they go from game changers, gonna change AEW. And now he's just like, who fucking cares?
You what? Liar! Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
So Meltzer says, about contract freezes and these three particularly going back to WWE, says both WWE and AEW contracts. You don't have to, but they allow you to freeze. AEW has not frozen people's as much.
You what?
What? I guarantee they've frozen as much, dude. What are you talking about, man? He just always has to go, yeah, but, fed bad.
Conan!
Oh, man, it's so funny. It's so goddamn funny. Sorry, guys. It never fails. AEW hasn't frozen people's as much, hasn't frozen. Pardon me, I've been having a few libations, but they have the right to do it. With Miro, I don't see why you would do it. What's the point with Miro's a game changer. What's the point? Why would you even have him here 4 years later? With Malachi, he probably has some time. So he has some time left on his contract. With Keith Lee, does it really matter? So Dave is saying Keith Lee don't fucking matter, dude. Oh, Dave, did Keith Lee accidentally appear with Mia Wim at the Hall of Fame? How are your feelings, Dave? Now he doesn't care about Keith Lee, who's going through like health struggles, and is that dude. Like if they book him properly, like WWE was doing, yeah, we want you to be the Bearcat, growl a little and paw at the screen. But like even if he, or else you're fired. Sorry, can't forget without a fire. Vince can't leave without firing someone. But Keith Lee, man, he should go back to WWE, but he's got all these health scares, and now Dave's like, who cares? After this guy was the game changer, they fumbled him so bad. Like this is the fickleness. This is what fucking upsets me when it comes to even like the Cody Roman shit for a while. Look at what happened. We got to just not be so fun. And Dave's just like the head of that shit. Who cares about Keith Lee or Malachi or Miro now? Why? Because the guy who books them, supposed to be booking them, doesn't do a good job. So now we shouldn't care because the booker doesn't care about them, and he just signed them up like he was buying fucking action figures at Walmart. He saw the last fucking Roman Reigns and Logan Paul on the shelf and had to fucking die for it and get his little toys. So little Timmy over here couldn't get, not little Timmy, big Timmy, let's say, because WWE is a big giant, whatever. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like now we just shouldn't care about them because Tony Khan doesn't care about them. And because you don't care about them, because they're sick or hurt or they don't want to put up with bullshit, Dave, that you're perpetrating, man, forget y'all. What's that movie? Malibu's Most Wanted? Man, forget y'all. Anyways, he just said, you got to remember WWE did get rid of all these guys. I don't know that they would take Keith Lee back. Oh, shut the fuck up, Dave. He was one of Triple H's last black and gold guys, man. Shut your fucking mouth. I don't know that they would take Malachi. Oh, you mean one of Triple H's black and gold guys married to Zelina Vega? God, man. I would strongly presume I could easily see him going back. Oh, Malachi. Okay, good. Sorry. I thought he said he wouldn't see Malachi. So I'm a dummy there. Sorry. I thought he said he wouldn't see Malachi go. I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Keith Lee was like one of his last black and gold guys, man. You think he wouldn't go back? Dave is so full of fucking shit, dude. At Meltzer said, what? Tonight's show went so long tonight, guys. When you're planning on going this long, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. About 5 minutes after the clip below, Dave and Brian discussed AEW's Willow Nightingale winning the vacant CMLL Women's World title. You'll be shocked to learn they had nothing negative to say about this. So Meltzer said, what says Dave is concerned about WWE being partners with outside wrestling promotions because AJ Styles and Io Sky won their matches in Japan. Brian adds WWE protected Julia in losing too. So like what? They protected her in losing. So no, so 2 out of the 3 talent, Dave, have won in Japan, and one of them, or in these other promotions, Marigold, and one of them lost. 2 won, 1 lost, Dave. And then, but they made her look strong. Well, yeah. Like, anyways, so totally unlike in AEW where New Japan and CMLL guest wrestlers have combined record of like 19 and 174. That's a shoot, brother. So CMLL, New Japan, they get no love in AEW, right? And he's going to criticize this. But then right after, he talks about how Willow wins the vacant CMLL women's title, an AEW wrestler for another promotion, going to another promotion, winning their belt, and he has no problem with it. Let's listen to the
So the top star, Saray, is like, she's a freelancer. She works for other companies. She's going to work a lot of Marigold dates, but you really want to build around one of your own people. And with Julia gone, the obvious person's Utami. Okay. I felt watching this that the role that Io should have played, I would guess that from a political standpoint, which is a situation with WWE. I mean, from a normal business helping your partner standpoint, there was no question in my mind. There's only one logical finish to this match, which is Utami goes over, because Io's the guest star. Utami is the person who's being groomed to be your top star. She needs a big win over somebody like Io to get her over the hump. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Dave, they'll do that in the second and third matches. Why doesn't he understand this? He claims he watches this shit. Dave, you rated Okada and Omega 7 fucking stars, dude. Why don't you understand that she'll get the win back over Io? And this is a prime Io. This isn't Jericho going to Noah and beating Takeshita or whatever the fuck. Okay? All that did was put eyeballs on that match, and then Io Sky goes back to WWE, and then when she comes back, like, this is a prime Io Sky. Okay? All it does is put more eyeballs, and Dave's forgetting the key thing. Marigold is a feeder system for WWE. How he doesn't get this, I don't understand. I didn't watch the match. AJ also won his match. Who knows, though, what happens? But in my opinion, Io goes over there, does a job at, like, what's their big event? What's Marigold's, like, here's our WrestleMania. That is Ito's crowning moment, Dave. The chase is better than fucking being the champ. The chase is what made Cody Rhodes. The chase is what made Roman. The chase for that respect. The chase is what the CM Punk's chase is what made his feud with John Cena. And Dave's trying to act like it's not political in AEW. I see that in the chat. It is political. Dave, you reported Thunder Rosa had to hide in a bathroom. She thought other girls were going to beat her ass. Dave, Cody Rhodes left, and they're still politicizing him in their books. Dave he's lost the plot, man.
But I'm sure that the politics were that, WWE will send us.
And WWE's all politics. Really, Dave? Because it seems like a lot of people who, like, might not have liked each other, like Punk and shit, it seems like they're all working well together. It seems like Trick dropped the title to Ethan Page, no problem. Doesn't seem like he's politicking. Seems like they're all on the same page. Seems like you're talking about WWE like it's 2004 again or 1997, and you don't really understand. Like you're kind of behind the times, like how we covered how you projected, Dave, right? You project earlier in the show, right? You project. So you project this onto Jim Cornette saying he's old and out of touch, right, Dave? Really, that's you. That's what I think, Dave. I don't know. Maybe I'm old and out of touch. You know, I'm only 32. You're only 132. Maybe it's me. Who knows?
Send you Io Sky, but you can't beat her. So they did what they did. Okay. That's understandable that Io won, based on those politics. I don't think that WWE is the partner that they're claiming, but at the same time, these groups that are working with WWE and groups that WWE is also talking with, there's other groups like that. The bottom line is they want to work with WWE so bad, and they're going to accept whatever WWE says. They're not going to be like when it comes to old school working together and you go like,
Dave, so they're not going to be. See, he just makes shit up. No, these other companies will just let them beat us to powder. No, we're not going to protect Joe Hendry. They just want to work with WWE so bad. Well, why don't they want to work with AEW so bad? Oh, they'll just do jobs. Really? So when Julia becomes NXT Women's Champion, which is going to happen, what then, Dave? What then? So Joe Hendry comes in, gets millions of WrestleMania, comparable to WrestleMania views, pardon me, and they move along a TNA storyline, and now Joe Hendry's fighting for the world title in TNA. So it does no good for Joe Hendry, who won in NXT's main event with Trick Williams, the most over guy in NXT. Joe Hendry gets the pinfall victory, and then he does this commentary spot where he invades their whole show, and then right after that, he's going to show up on their show after Slammiversary, sold out 4K, mind you, Dave. He's going to show up on NXT with the TNA world title. And then what, Dave? And then what? Is that burying other companies? Having another company's world champion show up on a fucking show with a TNA world belt getting fucking millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of views? I wonder. I really, really wonder. Shadow Bat Ash, my word, for $20. Thank you so much. Let me give you a this is great and an air horn. My word. StreamYard's working terrible, man. AEW is doing the very same things that the cultist fan base accused AEW of doing. Wrestlers are not toys to be hoarded. The NXT Noah Marigold TNA partnership is everything the AEW TNA partnership should have been. Right, and if you guys missed my interview with Ant Evans, I'll plug it again. And he's friends with Meltzer, by the way, guys. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, I fucking cook Meltzer, dude. Like, I do it every day. Ant Evans is friends with Meltzer, and he fucks with me. I'm not talking out of turn. You guys gotta understand this. I'm not just fucking... Okay, this dude has lost the plot. Anyways, Ant Evans, though, talks about the TNA AEW stuff, and that was ugly. That was trash. And then earlier in the show, we talked about it, too, with Moose. He touched on it and said the relationship with WWE is way better than the relationship with AEW. So Dave Meltzer thinks that TNA is just in this bullshit partnership getting shit on when the Rascals just got a win on NXT, or is it more bullshit, Dave, when Tony Khan went on their show, buried them all, had Kenny Omega go over on everybody, and then give them Old Man Christian to fucking lose the belt or whatever? What was better, Dave? Like, come on, man. It's just ludicrously biased. And exactly, you said it. NXT Noah Marigold TNA. That's what it is. It's not Raw, SmackDown, main roster. Shadow Badass, shout out fucking you, because that's the way you lined it up like that is... That's what it is right now. Excuse me. And you can put they're making a play for Mexico and Puerto Rico and all of Latin American countries and stuff, South America, etc. And they're making a play in Japan, like All Japan Pro Wrestling as well. But exactly, Tony Khan does a whole fucking pay-per-view Wrestle Stream. It's great. And on the fucking advertisement, it says AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, CMLL. So WWE does the same thing, but fed bad with NXT, Noah, Marigold, and TNA, but fed bad. That's all this is. It's sour grapes. It's cope, and it's fucking bullshit. Again, I'll give you a bruv because you're my bruv. Shadow, Bat Ash. Thank you so much for the super chat. Incredible. And Dave's sources are trust me, bro. And the voices in his head, exactly. And thanks to all the members chatting it up in here. I'm trying to show them, but I'm over here on the bookmarks here, so it's a little hard to juggle both. I'm gonna get a double screen set up, I think. You know, that's the way to do it. Then I can have the chat on. I don't have that for the record. I've never. Your boy I embrace the grind. I do it old school. I just have my laptop typically. You know, my mic. Anyways, but yeah, let's continue with Dave here coping.
Well, we need this and we need this. It's like, no, this is what you're going to get. And you're not going to be beating our top people.
Well, even in the Julie match, it was Julie and Saray for the title. It was going to be the first champion, and you know the finish of the match was Saray goes after the bad wrist, and she takes off the wrist brace and she takes off the tape and everything, and she's got the little thing on her arm, and she goes for the fingers in the wrist, and she starts cranking the fingers in the wrist. And the referee stops the match, and like immediately the announcers are like, she didn't give up. She didn't quit. The referee stopped it. I mean, they very much.
So imagine keeping Julia, who went viral, strong. They don't understand keeping an opponent strong for a rematch, or Sari, who is also in WWE already. If you guys didn't know, she's in video games. She was in WWE. So that match down the line, or when they go to WWE Japan, maybe they do a PLE there. Who fucking knows? It's just such Mark bullshit what they're saying. Talking out of their ass. And then 5 minutes later, Dave and Brian talk about Willow winning the fucking vacant CMLL title, dude. They don't have one word to say about it.
We had the three-way for the vacant CMLL World Women's title, which Stephanie Vacure had to vacate after signing with WWE. And Willow Nightingale beat Luvia and Viva Van to win the title. What was that? Juvia to win the title. And she ended up pinning Viva after a gut-wrench power bomb. And so looks like Juvia.
No. I won't show the chat on screen. I'm going to get another screen so I can see the chat while I'm in the bookmarks, because I have to just go between tabs on my browser. You know what I mean? So, and then like I have YouTube open in another window. It's a whole thing. I'll figure it out. I need another screen for me so I can just see. I'm not going to put the chats on screen. That's crazy. Even the Twitter, I chance it every time with that because people be saying wild shit in the Twitter. Anyways, though, we'll continue.
Movie and her will be facing off probably at Capital Collision. Looks to be the first title defense for Willow.
Or it could be in Mexico.
Could be in Mexico, yeah.
Could be on a big show.
Or even AEW.
Could be in AEW, yeah.
But yeah,
so Willow is the second person in history to hold a championship in CMLL, AEW, and New Japan.
Dude, AEW's only been around for 5 fucking years. Jesus Christ, bro. That's insane when they do that. Oh, the first one in history to hold these 3. It's like, bro, no one gives a fuck. Okay? I just don't get how they don't get it. I'm like speechless, guys, tonight. I'm flabbergasted. It's like, how don't they understand? I mean, yeah, is that a cool record? Sure, yeah, I fucking guess, but it's just, it's 5 years old, man. It's not like the belt is, you know.
The first being Chris Jericho,
there you go.
Who held the NWA World Light Heavyweight title, or NWA Middleweight title, I should say, in CMLL in the 90s.
So the NWA title constitutes, I guess, yeah, CMLL part of the, yeah. So Dave Meltzer responds to AJ Styles' recent comments, which we covered on the last show with Matt Morgan, about him giving 5 stars to matches in Japan. Dave Meltzer says, AJ was trying to knock me. It made no sense what he was saying, but he tried. His thing was, oh, this guy gives 5-star matches to the stuff in Japan and it doesn't matter and nobody cares. But when you watch the matches, it's like, there's a reason that they're better here in Japan. And it's like, huh? Dave, no, they're fucking not, though. How are they better? In your opinion, they're better.
Liar! Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
In Dave's opinion, they're better in Japan. That's the fucking thing. And he thinks this is further proof of what we've fucking exposed in this segment, folks. It's further proof. Like, he's just fully delusional, sociopathic, dead shark eyes, soulless behind the eyes. Because, dude, I'm going so savage. Because, dude, he's like, and then you watch the matches and it's like, huh? And like, no one's doing that. No one's going, oh, the matches are fucking crazy. No one's doing that. So I don't know, Dave. You're just getting called out on your bullshit and you don't like it. You're spiraling out of control. More verbal diarrhea from Meltzer. Shout out Pablo Canuck, fellow Canadian. Let's hear it.
I do find really interesting, though, is that with NXT has turned it around by introducing new characters to the show. And like they'll bring in guys from TNA. Can you imagine if AEW was bringing in these guys like Zach Wentz? The people are getting mad enough about, oh, we don't want any ROH guys on and oh, this and that. If they were bringing in Zach Wentz and Joe Hendry, God, I like Joe Hendry and everything, but Jordan Grace and all this, in AEW, those fans would just be crapping on it so bad. We don't want to see these guys, you know, and in NXT, the fans there.
No, they wouldn't, because if it was booked properly, people would give it its due. And also, in NXT, it's developmental. Dynamite's the main roster. Bring these random guys in, do it in ROH, and have a fucking developmental. It's that simple, Dave. You're trying to compare apples to fucking bananas, okay? Pisses me off.
They embrace everyone except for Rich Holland for whatever reason, but everyone else that comes in from Baron Corbin, anyone, right? Anyone from another company, they just embrace it. They're so happy that they're gracing the Performance Center with that. And AEW.
Meanwhile, AEW goes, oh, Kenny Omega and El Hijo del Vikingo, epic super mega dream match main event. And then it doesn't deliver. WWE's making no promises, and then Joe Hendry goes crazy, millions of views. Dave, you're bitter. You're coping. Oh, if they worked with Jordan Grace and AEW? Not if they booked her correctly, you fucking idiot. If Joe Hendry came in and went mega viral on AEW? They don't know how to do that. God damn it. Oh, if they brought in Zachary Wentz, you mean the fucking Wes Lee who's super over and that team that's super over and he got released on some bullshit and that team, the Rascals that are super over in TNA, and you mean that team that linked up together and had a fucking 6-man tag, and it was a great match, by the way, for the flippy shit and all that stuff Dave likes. You think you'd have given it 5, 6, 7, 8 stars, but it wasn't in Japan. And he's sitting here going, Zachary Wentz. You mean like the super over team and they just put him in a quick 6-man and they got to win? And everyone knows what the Rascals is and everyone remembers MSK and thought it was bullshit that Wentz, like, what the fuck? Dave's just so bitter and dumb.
You bring in new guys and it's really tough. I do find really interesting.
God damn it. And it's all good to be a hardcore if you're a hardcore of AEW. But if you're a hardcore of fucking TNA and NXT, like the NXT fan base is still hardcore as fuck. But if you're hardcore like that, no, that's not good. But if you're hardcore like Dave, wherever he wants you to be hardcore, that's good. If you're hardcore CMLL or you're hardcore New Japan or you're hardcore AEW, then that's all good. But if you're hardcore NXT, TNA, it's all bullshit. Meltzer on the AJ Styles versus Naomi Marufuji match in Pro Wrestling Noah. I really enjoyed it, but again, it was just a match, a great match, you know? It was a solid match. They did great work, Japanese style. AJ goes over. It was just cool to hear him come out with his WWE theme, that bad fucking theme in Japan. And yeah, he did the damn thing. It was awesome. But Meltzer says, I think just as a pure wrestling match, I think it was better than the AJ versus Cody Rhodes match. Okay, sure. It didn't have the heart of those matches. Well, of course, because there was no build, Dave. So you're, by proxy, admitting what I've said all the fucking time and what I say all the time. The story matters. That's why there was heart in the Cody AJ one. The fucking idiot. Can go when he needs. Marufuji can go when he needs to go. You're not going to see that in most matches, but Marufuji was way up for this. And AJ maybe even more than Marufuji, because AJ looked like the AJ of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He looked like one of the best wrestlers in the world. Spectacular in this match. Yeah, he looks like that every match, Dave. It's AJ Styles, okay? God damn it. So we're rearing the end here. I got two more for you guys. Here's AJ's response, sort of. Here's what here's wrestlers cooking the shit out of Dave in 2024 thus far.
A lot of Japanese matches get 5-star ratings from people that really don't matter, but when you watch it back, you understand, because it's always the fans that make the match. It's not the wrestlers. We're just there. And the fans always make the best matches. A lot of Japanese.
Okay, here's Omega.
But he's jumped the fucking shark, so it doesn't count for much anymore. He has jumped the motherfucking shark, and guess who is to blame for that?
Kenny.
Me. I'm the guy. I broke this scale. It fucked up something in his brain where he doesn't even know what good matches anymore. He's just like, Kenny, you opened my mind to this weird fucking world of wrestling that I never saw before in my life. And I think he doesn't understand it anymore. He stopped being able to understand. He can't comprehend what's going on. I opened Pandora's box.
Remember when everyone said Kenny was working a storyline here and it tied into the fucking Elite and all that? And like, where is he at? He ain't been there. So no, I think he's telling the truth.
And it's just running rampant now. That's all it is.
Here's Osprey. Here's Bruv Spray. Sorry, it's loading.
Meltzer. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think I'm just a charming man.
Do you think you're as good as he thinks you are?
No, because like when you talk about guys like Kurt Angle, and he hasn't got one 5-star.
There we go.
I'm nowhere near the level of what Kurt Angle is, but I do feel like I've got my own special, unique, like stuff that Kurt Angle could never do. Yeah, I could do, but stuff that I could never do, Kurt Angle could do. I think it's just his opinion.
Oh, fuck. You know? Weird noises coming out of that video, but yeah. And then here's Punk. It's loading. It's loading to you. Let's see which one loads faster. Jeepers, man. We're having a tough one tonight, hey? Here we go. Let's click it. Let's see it. Punker. No, it's not fucking with us, but it's not fucking with us the way that wrestlers don't fuck with Dave Meltzer. And that's pretty much the point we're getting at there. And then here we go. The last one from Meltzer says what? At Meltzer said what? Says like, oh my God, Valley Girl Meltzer is on his high horse again about real reporters asking real questions about WWE or at WWE press conferences. Dave claims Cena was not ready to be asked about Vince, unlike his like totally Dan Rather interview with Tony Khan. I see. He's trying to be funny there. Derek H for $10. Oh my goodness. Let's give you a bruv. Now, StreamYard's being a bitch, man. It's not, everything's not kosher tonight with StreamYard. It's been glitchy. So let me read this for you. Dave Meltzer is not hinging that a product of his environment. It's no surprise he lives where he's at and acts the way he does. Give you a bruv. Yeah, the soundboard isn't working great. That's perfect for right now. If I disappear for a sec, I'm just going to reload this shit so it makes sense. Thank you so much for the super chat, Derek Hans. I'm having weird. Let me give you a sound effect here. Bruh. There we go. Hey, yes, StreamYard. My last like 3-4 shows I did have been glitchy and weird. So thank you so much, Derek Hans. I appreciate that. And yeah, I don't fully know what you're trying to say, but I'm not surprised either. Thanks so much for the super chat. I don't know what I can add to that. It's no surprise to me either, though. Yeah, like California, too. Like, a lot of people say that, oh, it's like pompous asses, but I don't want to offend, like, Californians. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like, no, fuck that. You know, I think Jacob Fatu's from fucking California, so, you know, he's a badass, real one, dude. I'm sorry, I can't. This thing's being weird and glitchy. Here we go. Does anyone else have issues with the keyboard on super chat? I do sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. It might be they're trying to take us down. The black helicopters. They want PWT dead and gone. My word. They're hacking us. They know what to do. They're doxing us. They're trying to figure out what where we all are, and everything's going awry here on PWT channel. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I got to be real. I'm dealing with the same stuff over on my end. Anyways, though, let's finish this up. I got one more for you guys. Valley Girl slang. Let's see.
And now, as Terry Drinkwater reports, there is a new outbreak of Americanisms, and it may be spreading.
First, understand, like, there's this valley, the San Fernando Valley, the biggest bedroom suburb of Los Angeles. In the valley, of course, they're girls. And like all teenage girls, they talk. But as scholars of the language note, in a most peculiar way.
Like tubular. Well, it's like a totally great day. It's like totally awesome. Gag me with a spoon. It's grody to the max. That means it's disgusting. It's totally grody. It's like if you have to work or like do housework and clean your room. It's like stuff like that. It's like gag me with a spoon. It's totally yuck.
Hilarious. Gag me with a spoon. It's totally like, yeah. Let's see what
the
Meltzer
press
says.
conference in which he said,
Circles of death. Circles of death. It was working here. I botched. Here we go.
ask me anything.
He wasn't expecting anything.
Okay, but so you don't think he was expecting that question at all?
Absolutely not. No.
That I don't know.
Nobody.
When he said
they don't expect reporters to ask real life questions. They don't. They expect. I mean, hey, the one that I didn't expect from me was the reporter who goes, "Hey, what about going on the dark side in your last year?" And as soon as he said that, and Cena just blew it off. And I'm just thinking, like, oh my God, is this the stupidest question that I've ever heard? You're going to want John Cena to go heel in his retirement tour? Is that like?
I agree with Dave, man. A lot of those questions were fucking dumb. They were so stupid. 100%.
You know, I mean, I see stuff every day from people where I go, like, you got no freaking instincts when it comes to this business. But boy, that was a different level. You know, It's like I was thinking, like, man, wouldn't it have been great for Bruno to go out as a heel? You know,
You got no instincts, Dave. Talking. Oh my God.
I guess I don't understand what they're doing at these press conferences, because how do they not have like John Pollock and Brandon Thurston and John Alba like wanted posters? Like just
because why don't they have wanted posters for them?
Inside going like, okay, don't call on these guys. Like if this is what they want to do.
I guess look,
because they're not afraid of these tough questions. You guys are just fucking idiots trying to do gotchas all the time, and you guys think it's cool, fed evil. Like they just expose themselves all the time.
If they didn't want them there, they would not let them there. So it tells me that they do not want the reputation of banning real reporters from those things.
But then at the same time, you see those guys, and you go to John, and you go, okay, you're telling.
John Cena doesn't know this. They would know it, but John Cena
but you got to prepare the guy. You got to tell him, hey, there's 3 guys here who may ask you about Vince McMahon. Be ready.
Maybe they fucking did. Like, why are you bro? You're sitting there trying to convince Meltzer that his lie isn't real. Pretty much. Like, yeah, they probably did tell him, look, you might get asked about fucking Vince. So don't take Dave's word for it. Where he's like, absolutely not. There's no way they told him. Tony Khan.
Well, he was as ready as he was going to be. He said,
oh my God, we got a fantabulous super chat here. Shadow Bat Ash for $20. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I hate when fans and pro wrestling media says a wrestler got better or improved when they moved to another company, especially when they wrestle the exact same. The wrestler didn't change, just the environment did. Yo, exactly. That's a round of applause there too, because do you guys remember when fucking Ronda Rousey left, like just showed up at Ring of Honor randomly, and then she did an indie first, and then she went to Ring of Honor, And in the indie match, she got suplexed on the back of her fucking neck. Whatever. I don't hold high angle suplexes, whatever. We grew up on that shit. But she did. She got slammed on the back of her neck, and all these marks were literally going, wow, not going to lie, Ronda not in WWE can actually cook. She was doing the exact same moves. The only difference was fucking Marina Shafir dropped her on her head or whatever, doing a fucking suplex. Literally, that's the only difference. And yes, I hate that shit too. Hate's a strong word, but I vehemently dislike Ash. I couldn't agree with you more. It should be stated more. Like, these people. Okay, so it goes the other way too. Mace and Mansoor are going to debut in Ring of Honor. People are going to shit on them inevitably and be like, oh, they're not even that good. It's going to happen. But I hate that shit too when like Ronda goes to the Indie or Ring of Honor and someone drops on her head and they're like, oh, she can really actually go. Look at her wrestling. It's like she was doing the same moves. You guys don't watch. You clearly just don't even watch the show. So yeah, that's why I got these motherfuckers mad at me, hacking me during the live broadcast. Because, dude, I actually watched the shit. I know what I'm talking about. And thank you so much for this super chat. I appreciate you very, 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 very much, Ash, for being here. Let's finish Dave here. There's 27 seconds left of this nonsense. Then we're playing a flute.
I mean, I thought he actually handled
he went in
it.
there and goes like, I've already talked about it before, and go look it up. The Howard Stern interview.
Go look it up. Tony Khan. Go look it up.
So that's what it's pretty much was his answer.
So I guess Stephanie Vaquer is going to be on the tour tomorrow, right?
Stephanie Vaquer is going to be introduced on the show tomorrow. Yeah. So yeah, that whole what a week that turned into.
And Dave having to cope yet again. And that, guys, was Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for being here with me. The tried and true day oneers, the newbies, all of you alike. Thank you all so much. Like, it means the goddamn world to me. You guys turn out in droves. When I go away for a week and come back, you guys come back in even greater numbers, even stronger forces. And I appreciate you all so much hanging with me with the busyness. I know you guys see what's coming. Member shows, I'm going to try and do more of them. I know I'm trying not to keep empty promises here, but it's just, I got some things lined up, man. I'm trying to bring you guys the best, the absolute best of the best of the best content. And, I don't know, man. I just can't give my gratitude enough. The only reason I'm over is because you motherfuckers are over. And the only reason wrestlers want to talk to me is because you guys want to hear me talk. So just always remember that when you're here. And I just appreciate the ones who stuck around. Anyone who jumped off the ship as the ship's been sailing, I feel fucking horrible for you. I really do, because we're just scratching the surface, baby. I tweeted to him. I think I DM'd him as well. No response. I don't blame him. But I would love to get what's the status on here to talk video games. What a fantastic evening. I only popped in. It's now midnight. You planned in on popping around 8. Yeah, same, dude. I planned in popping in for like 2 hours, and I ended up getting a buzz on and laughing at Meltzer for like an hour. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. You're the real MVPs of this whole damn thing. And thank you all so much. I'm going to leave you guys with something. You guys already know what it is. And if you don't, it's how we get down at PWT at Pro Wrestle Times on YouTube and at Pro Wrestle Clips. Keep a lookout. Alfred Konua tomorrow morning or afternoon. It should drop. And then Killer Kelly early next week. And speaking of, the Forbidden Door, here's Chris Jericho.
I look and see it's not just me. So many others have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spent our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone